All right, guys. Good morning. Hope everyone is doing well today. It is it is Tuesday, January 21st, 2020. Wow, look at my mug. Good morning, guys. Oh, man. All right. So, let's take a look at what's moving. All right, so we got a few movers that are worth watching today. Specifically, these two. NVAX gapping up pretty big here from 574 all the way up to 924. So NVAX making some pretty big moves here, pretty solid runs here from, again, 574 to 924. So a big run, big move here. This one is up about $4.50. And so should be interesting, could be fun to watch. We'll keep an eye on this one. We'll look up the news in just a second. We also have GNPX here, GNPX. Making some rips this morning. GNPX gapping up from 36 cents all the way up to 104. So breaking over $1 for GNPX. That one's interesting to watch as well. I do have a few other ones here that we're going to keep an eye on this morning. What's up, Jonathan? What's up, Daniel? I'll get to your question in just a second, Daniel. I got you, bro. What's up, Libra? Leo. Satoshi. Rhetorical. What's up, bro? First day of the stock week, guys. Yes, sir. What's up, Jeff? What's up, AY? I'm just going to call you Job. What's up, Gideon? What's up, Fissum? What's up, guys? Good morning. All right. But yeah, so we got NVAX, which should be on top of everybody's watch list, especially if you trade penny stocks. I'm going to look for some put options specifically on this one. But yeah, we got NVAX, we got LEDS, we have GNPX, we've got INO, we've got BYND to move up to the higher cap stocks. We do have APHA, which is tradable. It's a cannabis stock. We've got SPCE, we've got Tesla, we've got SDC. And I think all of those look interesting. And so we can start looking up some news, I guess. First one's first. Let's go ahead and look at NVAX, because I think this is the biggest runner in the market today. NVAX. Let me turn the volume down maybe a little bit for when we go over news. Alright, so NVAX here. Again, it's gapping up about $4.50. This one, let's see if we can find out the specific catalyst on this one. Alright, so this one started to gap up. I'm not seeing any catalyst specifically for NVAX. It started to gap up last week after it got the FDA fast track designation for their NanoFlu biodrug, or their NanoFlu product. So yeah, they had that fast track designation, and this was on the 15th. And since then, they really haven't had any news really come out with this one. I mean, this one ran some on Friday. It ran a pretty big amount on Friday, but today in pre-market, it just went wild. And so, yeah, I mean, it looks like in after hours, maybe earlier. I can't tell if this was earlier in after hours or if this was during the day. But yeah, this one got the fast track designation on the 15th. If anybody knows why this one possibly is up, let me know. For NVAX, I can look it up as well and see if we can find anything on it. But I'm not seeing anything recent, like in the last day, specifically for this one. A lot of stuff came out a few days ago. Nothing really I'm seeing today specifically for this. So yeah, like I said, if you know what's making this bio stock move, let me know. Again, on the 15th, it put out the FDA fast track designation news for their NanoFlu biodrug. And I can go ahead and read that because really that's what sparked this big, move back on the 15th, this day specifically here. It looks like it was in pre-market on the 15th, and then it's just been ripping up ever since. And so again, this is from Dow Jones Newswires, and it says, quote, the US FDA has granted fast track designation for NanoFlu, which is a recombinant quadrivalent seasonal influenza vaccine candidate adjuvanted with Matrix M in adults 65 years and older. So that's what's going on with NVAX. They put out a flu vaccine. And again, I'll go ahead and read this, although it's kind of difficult. It's a recombinant quadrivalent seasonal influenza vaccine for adults 65 and older. That's what it is. So we'll see what happens with NVAX. It's been ripping up ever since then, and it's worth a watch. We're going to keep an eye on that one, see if we can watch it. We got GNPX here. That's also ripping up again from 36 cents all the way to $1.09. A pretty huge move for GNPX. All right, and so they actually got their fast track designation as well for their gene therapy that targets lung cancer, is what's going down with GNPX. But yeah, it's a US FDA fast track designation for GNPX. So it did receive that. Let's see if we can find any more news. Yeah, we got a little bit. This is it's a clinical stage gene therapy company that utilizes a unique, non-viral proprietary platform designed to, quote, deliver tumor suppressor genes to cancer cells. Today announced that the US FDA has granted fast-track designation for the gene PRX Oncoprex immunogene therapy in combination with the EGFR inhibitor osimertinib for Genprex's Oncoprex. All right, which has worldwide sales in 2018 of 1.86 billion. So yeah, basically fast track designation for their gene therapy biodrug that targets lung cancer. So that's what's going down with GNPX. Fast track designation for this lung cancer therapy biodrug GNPX. We'll see what happens with it. It also says here that, quote, Genprex has treated more than 50 lung cancer patients with Oncoprex in phase 1 and 2 clinical trials, and the company believes the data from these trials are encouraging as to both safety and efficacy. All right, so FDA fast track designation for GNPX. We'll see what happens with it. Worth a watch, I think, as well. We got VIVE here. VIVE ripping up from 98 cents all the way to $1.37 for VIVE. Worth a watch, I think. We'll keep an eye on that one. All right, so VIVE had the pre-market approval. So they had the FDA 510K pre-market approval for their Viviv 2.0 system. And so, yeah, they basically got the FDA 510K approval for their biodrug for VIVE. And so that's what's going down with this one for VIVE. We'll see what happens with it. But it's ripping up some. And I think it's worth a watch. You know, it did get FDA 510K approval. And it's for its Vive 2.0 system. So that's what's going down with VIVE. We'll watch this one as well. This is an FDA 510K approval for this one. And so we'll watch it. We got a few other ones that I'm keeping an eye on specifically today. Yeah, LEDS. And this one is gapping up from $2 all the way to $2.67 for LEDS. Yeah, I don't know, Jonathan, man. I don't know, bro. That one's, biodrugs are always a little bit difficult, bro, to read, man. But yeah, LEDS, this one, I'm not seeing any news for this one. Oh wait, yeah, I do see some. So Semi-LEDs, which is LEDS, which is a Taiwanese company that manufactures emitting diode chips and components. They told investors on Friday that Chan Chang MA purchased 150,000 common shares of the company for $600,000 or $4 per share. And the transaction is expected to close in February. So basically, so they had a big investor come in and buy 150,000 common shares of LEDS for $600,000 or $4 per share. And so that's causing this one to rip up. Investor came in, bought the shares at a premium at $4 a share. So we'll see what happens with LEDS here, but that's what's going down with it. We got a few other ones like AVYA's gapping up. We got INO specifically here. INO gapping up. I'm not really seeing much of INO. They had a retiring from the board back on the 15th. Mort Collins retired from the board. They also named Jay Shepard to that spot. And so they did a little bit of board changing seats with somebody retiring and somebody taking his place. They also filed an 8K on the 15th, which is director, officer, and compensation filing related to that. And yeah, recently I'm not seeing much for INO, but it's gapping up. We'll see what happens with this one. It's worth a watch as well. But yeah, then we have in the cannabis sector, APHA. APHA is gapping up, making a little bit of a rip here. This is a cannabis stock. I remember this one. Alright, so APHA received the Europe GMP certification subsidiary ARA Avanti RX Analytics, whatever that means. I'm going to go ahead and read this. Alright, so yeah, so basically Afria, which is APHA, a cannabis company, announced that they received their European Union Good Manufacturing Practices, which is the EU GMP certification, in respect to the medicinal products for human use and investigational medicinal products for human use from the Malta Medicines Authority, which is the MMA. The company's subsidiary Avanti, which is ARA, RX Analytics, is the one that got it. So yeah, basically that's a pretty big deal. Basically the European Union Good Manufacturing Practices, which is the EU GMP, gave them their certification with medicinal products for human use and investigational medicine. So that's interesting, and that's good news for the overall cannabis sector. I think that APHA was able to get that. So we'll see what happens with it. It's not really that much volume to accompany it, and when we look at the other cannabis stocks, I mean, they're up a little bit, but most of them are not really doing too much here. And so they're worth a watch to see what happens today, you know, specifically the cannabis stocks. But APHA is gapping up, and I'll include that one on my watch list after this news here. They also said that their first shipment is expected to occur in the fourth quarter. So that should be interesting. We'll watch that one, see where it goes. We also have Space, SPCE. Gapping up a little bit. We'll watch that one. It's just a space stock. What's up, guys? All right, I'm catching it back up on the chat. What's up, guys? I don't know, man. I don't know, Jonathan. Leave me alone, bro. Leave me alone, dude. I tried to read these bio drugs. I tried to read these news, these bio drugs. But sometimes these bio drugs, these biomedical terms, are a little bit out of my element here, man. They're a little bit out of my element. A little bit difficult to pronounce. I'll say that. Yeah, especially that one, man. That one was difficult. I don't even know what to say. I'm pretty sure I got it wrong, but I nailed it at the same time, though, you know. And so we just got to be grateful, you know. Can I have an account? What do you mean, Craig? You think I'm like the Oprah of accounts? Like, you get an account. You get an account. I don't know, bro. You got to tell me what account you want, man. Yeah, watching Tesla. We can look at Tesla. Tesla's ripping up here from 510 to 524s. Alright, so yeah, it says Tesla's up a little bit this morning. Tesla is refuting the claims of unintended acceleration, and they aim to replicate China's success with the German factory. And they also have plans for a German factory as well. So yeah, interesting. Yeah, and they're also claiming that the quote unintended acceleration petition was bought by a Tesla short seller. That's a bold claim too, but it's plausible. There's a lot of shorts on Tesla. For whatever reason, they just don't like Tesla, and you know, there's a lot of people kind of bag holding shorts, and so that's plausible, man. And I don't know whether, I know regardless of whether it's true or not, they're just going to try to throw that out to help the stock. And so yeah, they said again, Tesla quoted saying the unintended acceleration petition was brought by Tesla short sellers. So yeah, basically Tesla short sellers are doing all this stuff to try to drop the stock. And again, it's plausible. I mean, you know, they're gonna. I don't know if anybody has ever seen that documentary about it's called Betting on Zero. It's about what's the pyramid scheme company, the multi-level marketing company, what's it called? Herbalife. About Herbalife, Betting on Zero, documentary about Herbalife. And Herbalife is a complete scam that tricks kind of naive, maybe a little gullible people into becoming distributors for them. And it's just a complete pyramid scheme, in all honesty. But there's a documentary about a short seller on that. And like I said, even though I dislike Herbalife, short sellers will do anything to drop the price of the stock, you know. And so it's plausible that that's what's going down, but we'll see. I want Tesla to succeed, but I also understand that even if it was a legitimate petition signed by disappointed customers, they would never tell you that. They would always try to say it's short sellers, and so you got to think about that angle as well, I think. But yeah, regardless of any of it, Tesla stock is up. It's up from 510 to 520s, so looking strong this morning. We'll see what happens. Nice gap up for Tesla, and again, I think this is from. They put out plans to open a German factory. They also put out something that said that they're going to aim to replicate the China success with the German factory, and that they refuted the claims of the unintended acceleration petition. And so that's what's going down with Tesla. We'll see what happens with it. It should be fun. Interesting market day for sure. We've got a decent amount of movers here in the morning. You got my first shipment last night. What's up, man? What's up, Mitch? Tree Freddy. Hey, good luck, K. Gifford. Webull charting's not that bad, brother. It's really not that bad. I've used it a decent amount. The biggest issue I have with Webull charting is they actually have a lot of indicators for mobile devices, right? So, like if you're looking at a mobile device platform, aside from like Tefs, because I think Tefs is legit, or like Thinkorswim, which is super legit, right? Aside from that, Webull is it. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that if you put up Webull charts versus Robinhood charts, Webull's winning every time. You know, Webull charts. I did a really old review when Webull just came out. When Webull was very young, I did a review of them, and their charts are great. That's my favorite thing about them. They're mobile phone charts. The charts that you can use on your phone are legit, and that's my favorite thing about Webull. But all right, but yeah, we got a few other stuff that we're gonna look at today. I get Mitch is talking about Netflix stuff coming out. What's up, Sherway? What's up, bro? I'm so used to Thinkorswim and Webull, I lost. Yeah, man, I gotta use Thinkorswim. It doesn't matter where I go, what platform I use. Thinkorswim is the place I go, the platform I use. Just because I'm so used to it, it's my favorite stuff. You know, it's my favorite charting, and so I can't help but use it. You know what I mean? It's just my favorite charting. I gotta use it. You know, it's what I'm the most comfortable with. I'll put it that way, because it's like in trading, you gotta kind of stick with what you're comfortable with doing, and I'm comfortable with Thinkorswim for sure. All right, guys, we got YINN. Yeah, I've never used the desktop version. To be completely honest, I didn't even know there was a desktop version. But I have a Webull account. What's up, RDL Trader? What's up, Sureway? K Gifford? What's up, man? All right, so we can look at some of these gap downs now. These gap downs specifically now. And the first one I'm looking up is YINN with a pretty big gap down with low volume. So we'll see if we can find the mover in this one. I don't see any catalyst for this one yet. Nothing really, there's not that much news on this one. I think it's a Chinese stock, so it's probably hard to get news to a certain extent on it. But that one's down. We got TNXP. And this one is down after they filed preliminary prospectus for offering of 3.2 million shares of common stock. So they filed a prospectus for an offering for 3.2 million of common stock, and this one's down to 34.75 because of it for TCOM. We also have TAL. Bye, buddy. Here, I love you. Have a good day. All right. Love you, buddy. All right. All right, we got, sorry, I had to give my son a hug goodbye. We got TAL dropping some here. So this one's a third quarter earnings miss. It missed the expectations for TAL. It reported net income of 9 cents per American Depositary Share, ADS, for the fiscal third quarter ending in November 30th, which is down from 24 cents per ADS in the year previously, missing the Capital IQ estimate of 17 cents. So worse than expected third quarter results for TAL here, and it's definitely down to show it. It's gapping down from 54.02 to 49.32 for this one. So we'll see where it goes. Big gap down here. We got a few other gap downs like ATHT, MLCO, ARWR, WIN, which is a resort and casino stock. But yeah, that's about it. We're not seeing too many other big gap downs here. And so we can take a look at some other stuff if you guys want. We got Tesla's ripping, we got INO, we got LEDS, we got BYND that's gapping up a little bit. So a stock that Mitch and I have been talking about a ton, BYND. And again, this one is gapping up from 109.12 to 112.44, and we can look up and see if there is a catalyst for this one for Beyond Meat. All right, so I'm going to switch things here and go to a different stock really quick. CSS is an acquisition by IG Design Group for $9.40 per share. For BYND, let me see if I can find anything. I don't see anything specific on this one, though. Yeah, I think this one's just up on overall market sentiment and previous, moves from the previous week. And so this one's up a little bit. We'll see what happens with it. Again, it's gapping up about $3. A little bit over $3. So we'll see what happens with BYND. It's worth a watch. Kanakin says, I lost my first account in 2 minutes on CGC. I thought I sold and got up, and I didn't set to market, and it closed. No biggie. Was an awesome learning experience. Lucky my grow is doing great. Yeah, man. I was about to say, man, you lost your first account already, bro? Listen, man, it happens, dude. It happens. And I think, like I said, here's the reality is when you're growing any type of account, not just a TradeNet or TEFS account, but like any kind of account, right? When you're growing it, you really got two options on how you're going to grow it. Right? And they both have their pros and cons. I'm not going to sit here and say either one of these growth methods are wrong, because they're not. You really have two different kinds. And we're going to finish the overall market news in a second. And we might look, since Mish isn't going to be here today, we might look at some technical stuff, have some fun with some technicals today as well. But since I named the stream Growing Small Accounts, I'm just going to talk about this for a second. I really think there's two options. Okay, there's two options. The first option is to slowly and methodically grow your account, increasing share size as you build profits, which is obviously the safer way, right? But with that, it's going to take you a lot longer in order to grow it. It's just going to take you a lot longer, you know. And I think that method of growth for small accounts is more suited towards people that have large enough accounts to wait and patiently grow it like that, right? And so there's two options. That's one of them. And again, I think that's better suited for accounts that have enough room to do that. And I don't think everybody has enough room, just to kind of put that out there. I don't think everybody has enough room to do that necessarily. And so I think the other method of growing a small account is just to go for it. You know, like say you get an intro account, right? It's it's 400 bucks. It's 400 bucks. You know, you get a lot of buying power, but it's a very cheap account. You know, some people are just going to go for it. They're going to, maybe people won't consider that the correct way, but I mean, like, think about the best example I can use of this is like, I know Warrior Trading has done a few small account challenges, and that's basically what he has to do. And he might lose one or two accounts leading up to that, but eventually it's going to stick, and then he's going to be able to kind of progress further like that, right? And so basically taking your shot, taking your swing, that's the other method. And they both have their pros and cons. Again, with taking your swing, the pros are that you're going to grow your account much faster, but you're also going to lose your account a large percentage of the time as well. And so if you have the money to sustain that method, that's great. That's fine. That works. You know, you buy a small account and you just take your swings, and eventually it's going to stick, hopefully, using that method. And again, the other method is just to kind of methodically grow it, increasing share size, consecutively increasing share size as you make profits. And that's okay too. That's a good way to do it too. It just depends on, you know, what method you choose to approach it. And a good kind of a good analogy of that is like growing a poker bankroll as well. Like, right, you play poker, you grow a poker bankroll. You can either take your swing, which most poker pros do not suggest you do. You know, they do not suggest you take a swing. I think the very standard recommended bankroll is 100 buy-ins, right? So if your average buy-in is 300 or is $3, you know, you need $300 in bankroll in order to play at those stakes. And if your average buy-in is you know, $1,000, you need $100,000 to play at those stakes. And so that's the same thing in poker, you know what I mean? Or that's the same thing in trading. And so there's a few different ways to do it, and neither of them are necessarily wrong. I think if I had to pick one, I would probably pick methodically growing your account and increasing share size as you make profits. And I think that is the more realistic way to do it. But again, you could also take your swing, and I think with intro accounts, I actually think that's preferable, because I think it's very difficult to grow a $700 account in a $14,000 account with a small max loss. I think it's very difficult, and so I think taking your swing with those accounts makes a lot more sense, to put that into perspective. But there's pros and cons to each way, and you just got to figure out what's the right way to do it. Yeah, man, we got the members, man, taking over the chat this morning. What's up, guys? Yeah, I mean, yeah, y'all are good. Yeah, y'all can talk. You know. Good morning. What's up, Lightning Pro Wrestling? Good morning, sir. What's up, man? What's up, Colin Swag? What's up, bro? Appreciate the sub, man. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Wait, where is man? I took off my sub button. Man, it's been a hectic week for me, man. My daughter's sick. My daughter stayed home. Wife's kind of sick. Everybody's sick around here again, man. They were just sick. I was sick, but now everybody else is sick. Okay, appreciate that. RDL gave me a little bit of help here. He said YINN is down. because the China markets were red today. So I appreciate that. Thank you, bro. Appreciate the help. What's up, Tyrell? What's up, brother? What's up, Mike? What's up, man? All right, guys. But yeah, honestly, guys, if you want to know what I'm really looking at, I'm looking at put options on NVAX here. I'm looking at put options. The only ones I could really find are at $7, and so I'm going to see which ones they start to offer at the open, because if I can find a put option for like anything over $7.50 strike price, I'm buying that thing. I don't care how much it costs. If I could buy a put option that's over $7.50, that's up to like $7.50 or $8 on NVAX, I'm buying that thing. I think if you look at this one in a month from now, it's going to be well below where it's at now. In my opinion. And maybe I'm wrong, this thing could skyrocket up, but I think if you look at NVAX and we look at the daily chart here, this thing is going to be down in a month from now. Every time this thing spikes, it fails. Now, the daily chart doesn't actually look super bearish because it is well at the bottom of the range, but I think every time it spikes, it does fail, and it never really holds the gains. The most it ever runs up is like a week, and then it comes back down. So I think I'm going to look for some put options on this one. And hopefully make some money with it, because this one's a gap up and it looks legit, but it's up a ton, and we'll wait for it and see if we can find anything. Yes, puts are available, Jonathan, for this one on Robinhood. Right now, the only ones I see right now, and I've been looking at them all morning, the February 21st expiry date, so exactly a month from now, that one, the best one they have is a $7 strike price, so right here, and it would cost me, for a bundle, it would cost me $178, but I like that one. To bet that this one, the problem is it's still a little bit too low, like preferably $7.50 or higher is what I want, and so I'm going to wait for the market to open first and see if they have any better prices, better strike prices for these. The cure for colds is vitamin D. Yeah, trust me, my wife's been giving me vitamin D. We've been using black seed oil, vitamin D, all that stuff. I'm pretty sure they have what I had like a month ago, or like 2 weeks ago. Do I think ASML come with some nice numbers tomorrow? I'm not sure, man. I don't like to predict necessarily what they do for earnings. I think that's a coin flip. On which way it heads if the earnings aren't out today. I think this one's a very bullish long-term chart. Maybe due for a pullback, but I think this one has basically been one of the strongest stocks. It's up basically 100% in the last year, a little bit less than 100% it looks like, but looks good. We'll see if it pulls back. Like I said, I don't necessarily like to try to guess earnings though. Hey, you're not the only one, Jonathan. Yeah, people ask me option advice. I have to tell them I don't know. You know what I mean? I can tell people my strategy, but I am in no means trying to act like an expert in options, because I'm not. You know. I did get into a good trade Friday. I did get into a good trade. If you guys see it, like, I kind of got into that fake out fade style of trade. Same thing with the VWAP bounce, but it's a little bit different. Let me. Dang it, man! How do I? There it is. It's a little bit different. Hold on. There it is. It's a little bit different, but it's kind of like the fake out fade strategy, right? You see, I was down, ended up making about $80 on the day, if I remember correctly. I was never down more than like 62, so I think my risk reward was solid. And if you look at this, it's kind of like the fake out fade strategy that I talked about. So I did end up green Friday, which I'm happy with. There we go. Let's see. I made, let's see how much I decided to take off. I think I made $81.25, if you guys saw that, on Friday. So not a bad day, a green day on Friday. You know what's crazy? And this is what's crazy, guys. Like, seriously, listen to me here. Every single day last week, I ended green. I know it may seem like it was a terrible week last week, but I actually ended up every single day last week. The problem is that I might have ended up in gross profits, but in net profits, I ended down. And so, because of commissions, right? I traded way too much. And I can usually, it gave me a little bit of confidence, even though I lost a little bit of money last week, because I realized that I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm a good enough trader that if I trade with high enough volume, if I continue to trade and I stick with it, I can usually end green on the day, right? And so basically, if I keep trading, I can end green in gross profits, and I think the commissions will play less of a factor once I scale up in size and my margin is a little bit better with commissions. And so that's where I'm looking now. Let's see what my account's at. But yeah, look at G and XP still ripping up here. G and XP, I might look for some put options on these. I seriously doubt they're available. But G and XP making some rips this morning. And I think that's worth a watch. And then we're going to look up the overall market news as well. Alright, so yeah, so I made a little bit of money on Friday, I can see. Just to show everybody that. I made a little bit of money on Friday. But let's look up the overall market news today. Alright, so the market is down some. I appreciate it, Jonathan. I'll check it out, brother. I'll check it out, man. Yeah, but you have to follow the PDT rule on there, man. And that's the argument I get a lot, is that oh, well, TD Ameritrade and E-Trade have free commissions. And yeah, that's true. The problem is, appreciate the sub, Trey. What's up, bro? Appreciate the sub, man. Hey, shout out to all our new subs today. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I definitely appreciate it if you can hit that subscribe button, T. But yeah, I mean, that's the big thing I hear is that TD Ameritrade and E-Trade have free commissions. And that's true, they do, right? And so if you got over 25K, I suggest trading on them 100%. But the problem is that most traders don't actually. And most traders are going to be bound by the PDT rule. And so I got to find ways to get around that. If I go to TD Ameritrade, it's great. I'll be able to trade for free. But the problem is, again, that I'm going to be bound by the T2 rule. So I'm going to have to wait 2 days after each transaction for my funds to settle. And then I'm also going to be bound by the PDT rule. And so I'm going to only be able to trade 3 times per rolling 5-day trade week. And that is very limiting for my style of trading. And so it is what it is. I got to find other options. Alright. Let me... Actually, I think I gotta fix this so you guys can actually see. For some reason, I deleted the subscriber event. Let me find it. Chat box event list. Yeah, there we go. Copy this, add this here. Oh, my bad, guys. Let me see. Just gonna name it subs event. There we go. There we go. That should get it. Yep, there it is. Oh, no, wait, that's over me. There we go. And I think we could probably put that... Nope, I don't want that. Man. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this event list back up. I think we could put it there so you can still kind of see it. Yeah, there we go. Alright, that'll have to work. Once I actually start the stream, it'll be a little bit better. But I appreciate the subs, guys. I appreciate the subs. Alright, so yeah, let's look up the market news today. Alright, so we got the ETF preview, and again, this is from MT Newswires, and so I'm going to go ahead and read this. This is the overall market news, and it says, quote, U.S. stock futures reporting to a lower open ahead of the International Monetary Fund trimmed its outlook for global growth due to, quote, trade policy uncertainty, geopolitical tensions, and idiosyncratic stress. End quote. And then we're still quoting from the overall article. In key emerging market economies that weighed on global economic activity in 2019 second half, the IMF cut global growth estimate to 3.3% this year from an earlier 3.4% projection and to 3.4% in 2021 from 3.6% previously. They also expect the expansion in the U.S. and China economies, the world's two biggest, to slow down this year and next. And the U.S. economy is seen to be growing 2% in 2020 and 1.7% in 21, slower than the estimated 2.3 expansion in 2019. And China, on the other hand, will rise 6% this year and 5.8% in 21, down from an estimated 6.1% growth in 2019. So just to move on to some other aspects of it, and that's end quoting, and again, this is all from MT Newswires. But yeah, commodities, just to go over the commodities real quick. Crude is down 1.4%. The U.S. oil fund is down 1.6%. Natural gas is down 3.3%. And the U.S. natural gas fund is down 3%. Gold is down 0.2%. The Spot Gold Trust is down 0.4%. Silver was down 0.4%. And the iShares Silver Trust is flat. And so yeah, crude is down slightly here. We can look at that. Let's find it really quick. What is the ETF for crude? Here's natural gas. And so we can look at the natural gas markets. This is natural gas. It is down. So natural gas is down. Crude is down 1.4% as well. And yeah, we'll see what happens with these as well. Should be a fun day. We also have LK gapping down some. That might be worth a watch. We have Las Vegas Sands down. But yeah, GNXP, just to look at the gappers again, GNXP, huge rip from 36 cents all the way up to 130. So a huge move. Solid move here, solid move. Almost 400% it looks like. We got NVAX, which again, I will look to see if we have some put options to buy on this one. Just depends on the strike price. VIVE gapping, again, LEDS. Giving up some of that gap. And then, yeah, we got SPCE, we got EPZM. Gapping up a little bit. We've got AVYA, which is gapping up on pretty low volume. VTVT. An old school one, SPWH, which looks alright. Alright, and so to look at the technicals for some of these, with AMD specifically, I think an interesting level to watch is that previous closing price. If you guys know me, I love the previous closing price, and that is right here at 50.92. And so watching that previous closing price on AMD, if it breaks over that, I would look for it to turn into support. And if it doesn't break over that, I would look for it to fill some of this gap, maybe down to like 50.50 or 50.56 right here where that pre-market level is. If it gets below that, I'd look for it to hold as resistance. But this is the interesting range that I'm watching for AMD. And if it breaks out of this range, it could go, if it breaks on the upside, it could go up substantially. And if it breaks on the downside under this 50.55 level, that looks interesting too. But the range in between the previous closing price and this low specifically from Friday looks interesting for AMD. Again, we also have Tesla here, and to look at some of these levels, I just think these previous lows are interesting. I think obviously the high of the day so far up here is interesting. I also think this 522 level looks good, and then this 516 level look good. Aside from that, we do have the previous closing price, which I don't think it'll get anywhere near, to be honest, but if it does and it breaks below it, that's a huge red bearish sentiment sign. So we can look at this as well. Previous closing price was right around here. And so yeah, I mean, looking at these levels specifically are interesting. Maybe this level as well, right around 425 right here. Looks interesting for Tesla. So if it breaks over this, we look at the long-term chart. I think that we're kind of in, we're higher than we've ever really been for Tesla. We're definitely at lifetime highs for the most part. And so Tesla just continue to break in lifetime highs. I think an interesting level is once we get up here, it's going to be like 50. So like 50-50, like right here. And obviously the previous lifetime high up here, I'm going to just use that level. The previous lifetime high up here at, 547.50. So 547.40, 547.50, that previous lifetime high for Tesla look interesting as well, if we ever get there. But we're not that far away, really. Tesla's a huge range stock. It's moved, just in pre-market, it has moved almost $20. And so we'll watch that. We'll see what happens with Tesla as well, but that's worth keeping an eye on as well, I think. Again, we got SPCE, we got Roku here. SPCE, I think really just seeing if it breaks this pre-market level at 16.45 looks interesting, and maybe 16.50 for the $0.50. If we look at the long-term chart, let's see, we're at 16.45 now. So really we're over lifetime highs, and so using that $16 as support level, if it does pull back there, looks interesting as well right here. So we'll watch that for SPCE. BYND Beyond Meats is another interesting one that we're going to keep an eye on. It's got some confirmation at this 113 level. We also, have this previous high of the day right here at 111. 65 or so, and so I think that range is interesting. If it breaks out of that range, it could go rip up or it could rip down. It just depends. I think if it does rip down, the next step is this 110 level. If it gets there, I think that'll be some support for BYND. And looking at the long-term chart, what we got here for BYND, if we look at the long-term chart, I think down here is interesting, and I think this overall range is interesting, but I do think that watching it to see if it breaks these specific levels is what makes sense, especially, like I said, this 113.20 level on a short-term basis. And if we look at, let's say, a 15-minute chart, again, I think this 115.50 level is interesting, and then I think this 122 level is interesting as well right here. And so we'll watch that if it gets there. For some of these, like GNXP, I would just use these previous highs and watch them, like right here at $1, this range at 120, this previous low at 125, and then this new pre-market high at 133. If it breaks over that and holds support, we could get a lot of interesting support levels. And if you look at the long-term chart, yeah, let's see where we're at. We're at up here. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think 145, 150 are interesting here, right around these two levels. I think if it gets there, I think that will either hold its resistance, and if it does break, it could find that level of support as well, and I think keeping an eye on that makes sense too. Alright, let's see. What's up, chat? Netflix. Yeah, I think Mitch was talking about Netflix earnings are coming out today. I don't think they're out yet. But Netflix, for me, for my style of trading, it's just been very sideways. I just don't really like how that one moves necessarily. Just too low a volume for Netflix right now for me. If earnings are coming out, let me see when. So yeah, fourth quarter earnings preview. Yeah, so earnings are coming out with Netflix today. Analysts predict an EPS of 53 cents on revenue of 545 billion. And so I think waiting for this one to see how this one performs with earnings. I don't think trying to pick a direction before earnings comes out is necessarily a good idea. I think that it's a coin flip, and it's because basically trying to guess what the earnings are going to be with any stock is extremely risky, because again, you never really know, and that is an easy way to lose a bunch of money. And you might be right sometimes, and when you're right, you're probably going to be right big, but when you're wrong, you're going to be wrong big as well. And I think that it's just a very risky way to trade Netflix. And so for me, I would prefer to wait until after earnings come out and then try to look at this one to see how it reacts to the earnings instead of predicting what the earnings are necessarily going to be. And really, the chart right here, the daily chart doesn't look bad. We got a lot of resistance at like 343, 344. And so right around here, looking for that level to hold as resistance. Anywhere below that looks interesting. I think this is a big level. And so I think 344 is an interesting spot, which is about $4 away from it now. We'll see if it can climb that high, though. We are getting a little bit of a spike here in pre-market, but again, I got to see exactly when earnings are going to come out with this one. And yeah, I mean, that's about it, guys. Like I said, we got APHA, which is a cannabis stock, and this one's up after basically a European... let me see exactly what this one was again. I can go ahead and go over this for APHA. But yeah, with APHA, it was they received their EU GMP certification for their subsidiary Avanti. And this is basically, let me find it. Yeah, the EU GMP is the European Union Good Manufacturing Practice Certificate. And the certificate is in respect for the medicinal products for human use and investigational medicinal products for human use. So basically, that's pretty solid news for the overall cannabis sector. We'll see what happens with that one for APHA, but I think that's worth a watch as well. And then another one, like I said, we have INO. This one, it's not up where I would want to buy put options on this one specifically, but this one's an interesting gapper. Looking at these levels at 365 look good. $4 look good. If anybody's been around for a while, if anybody's been around and been watching us for a while, if you remember, I used to put out a watch list every day. I used to put out like a daily watch list in the afternoon. And during that watch list, I would kind of go over the technical levels, like the previous closing price, the pre-market high, and I would kind of draw out the ranges that I was watching. I stopped doing the watch list as much because a lot of times, looking at stuff in pre-market is a little bit different than looking at stuff in after hours. You're going to get some changes in pre-market that would make doing a watch list in after hours kind of unnecessary, because a lot of the time I would get a big change in pre-market and it would kind of throw off what I was watching. So I figured doing this in the morning was just was good enough for a watch list, I think. What's up, Mr. Glitch? What's up, brother? What's up, Adam? Yeah, Mir's cool, man. Put my name in orange? You mean like this? Oh man, I just realized I never hit the button. Oh, there we go. Sorry guys. I just realized I had my subscriber list over my face. There we go. I fixed it. Alright guys. NVAX, big watch. Keeping an eye on that one for sure. And yeah, I don't think these are going to be tradable, unfortunately. But we'll have a few that we can trade. We just need some more volume with high caps. SPCE maybe. What's up, JB? What's up, brother? What's up, Brandy? Yeah, you can check out the John, Mitch, and Carol emojis. Maybe if we ask nicely, my wife Carol will be back sometime soon. Would you like to have another wife stream? Let me know. Alright, guys. So we got about 8 minutes into the bell. I'm going to drink some coffee, relax, get ready for the open, and hopefully start making some money today. Like I said, every day was green in gross profits, but a lot of them were losing in net. And yeah, I heard what's his name say something about it this morning. And the reality is that I'm trading too small at the open, and then I might be able to compensate later on in the day with larger sizing. But because I traded so much when I first started, the commissions are really eating up my account, and so I have to be a little bit more disciplined and selective at the open, and I also have to use a little bit larger sizing. Look at my coffee mug. But yeah, that's what I'm really working on today. So we'll see what happens, but that's what I'm looking at. Alright, well yeah, here's the level with AMD. Again, if it breaks over this level and then holds, I think that's really interesting. This is the previous closing price, and so this level is going to have some sway over the overall stock's movement here. So I think that's interesting to watch and worth a watch. My wife thinks your wife is pretty. Well, tell your wife thank you. I appreciate it. DGAZ? What is that? Oil? Must be inverse volatility. Oil. Yeah, YINN is the China ETF. Okay, I see that now. I see this is I think this is natural gas. It's an inverse ETF, whatever it is. NK? Alright, we can take a look. Yeah, NK made some big rips. But again, I mean, I think this is a very common thing. I might look for some put options in this one if I can find some, because I think this one's going to come down in the next few days. I think this one's going to come down. I doubt there's any put options available, but I would like to buy some if there are. Oh, there are options. Let's see. They're just kind of expensive. I mean, I like the daily chart for an option, but the cheapest one, I mean, they got a few. Cheapest one is $7.50, which I actually really like. It's $158 bucks. That's not that bad. They have a $10 put option here. Who is selling these options, man? That's a terrible price, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I think this one, if you look at it, this one was at 95 cents. We got to look at the catalyst, though, to see why. So they had positive phase 1 pancreatic cancer trial data that showed complete response following the treatment for NK. So it had positive data in their phase 1 trial, and that's what's really going down with this one. And so this is positive. It's just about whether you think it's positive enough to hold these gains, and I don't know if it is. But that is an interesting catalyst. We'll have to look at what the pricing is at the open for these. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at. We'll see what the pricing is at the open. Mitch has work. No, NK is a biodrug, apparently, that showed positive phase 1 trial results. Alright guys, we got 3 minutes, team. Let's do this. Yeah, but you would basically have to know insider information for NK to get in that early. You know what I mean? Like, you look at this, just this. You know, it doesn't look that appealing for a call option. Unless you're just doing the lottery version. So yeah, I mean, unless you know insider information, or you get in like here on the front end of that move, that's the only way that makes sense. Now it looks extended. But yeah, NK, NVAX are what I'm looking at for options. We'll see if we can find anything that's interesting. PLUG. I mean, I think the daily chart looks okay. I think that the float looks larger. I don't know what the float is, but the float looks larger. And I think $4 is interesting, right around there, right around here. I think if it pulls back to that level, watching to see if it holds that as support is interesting. And then looking at this 440 level to see, if it breaks is interesting as well. So this range right here is what I'm watching, or is what I would watch for it, right here. That range. If it breaks below that, I mean, I'd look for 375. But that's kind of what I'd see for plug. No, I'm not trading his intro. He'd probably get mad at me if I traded his intro, honestly. Alright, we got BGG. Hey, appreciate the sub, Young. What's up, Young? Hey, bro, all this time, Young, you haven't been subscribed, bro. That hurts, man. That hurts my feelings, bro. But thank you for just now subscribing, Young. I appreciate it, man. You know, that's what I looked at my stats the other day. Like 40% of the people that watch my stream every single day are not subscribed. You know, why, man? Just hit the subscribe button, team. It's so easy. You know. All right, guys. Let me get everything rolling here. All right. All right, there we go. All right, guys, let's do this. Let's do this, team. Here comes the bell. Good luck, guys. Did the bell ring? Man, my clock is all off on this thing. Oh, my clock must be frozen. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, there's the bell. All right, SPY pushing up a little bit. dare I say, ripping. You know, INO dropping. But yeah, SPY's up. Let's look at those options. Lately, every day Robinhood's been lagging at the bell, though. All right, so NK put options. Yeah, they're way more expensive now for some reason. Somehow a $5 put option is worth more than a $7.50 put option. Oh no, that's call options. Put options are actually pretty cheap for NK. $7.50. I like it. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that. I wonder if it's gonna fail me. No, now it's more expensive? Why, man? Why? Alright, what is the other one? MVAX is the other one I was watching. Ah, man, let me look at this one. I usually love put options on stocks like this. $5, $6. There's not really any favorable ones, though. Best one is $7. GNPX just ripping up here. GNPX ripping up. If you like, and dare I say ripping up. GNPX, look at that. Up to 144s for GNPX. Worth keeping an eye on. Look. Broke through all my levels. Like I said, here's the interesting part here. 150, 145, 150. Why is NVAX doing this? Does anybody know? Is anybody else having issues here with NVAX? What is going on? Does anybody see this? Daily. What is going on? Oh my gosh, what is going on here? Alright, I don't know what's going on. Does anybody see this? I'm gonna restart my Thinkorswim team. I gotta do it. I gotta restart my Thinkorswim. Man. Sorry, guys. I mean, I'll put up Robinhood and we can look at put option prices while I'm waiting for my Thinkorswim to get better. But yeah, these are the put option prices for now, guys. These are the put options. NVAX, I could buy one at $7 for 123 bucks. I like it. We're gonna see if we get filled here. Oh, okay, I got filled. So I got my $7 put option for NVAX. We'll see if that one works out. So I'm logging back into Thinkorswim as we speak. But yeah, you guys saw that, right? I was filled. It said filled right here. Let me cancel some of these other put options. I still have my NK put option placed. And I still don't hate that one either. Man. Alright, I restarted my Thinkorswim. It's now back up finally. Anybody else having issues with Thinkorswim today? Just let me know. Honestly, guys, I don't want to say I told you so, but look at GNPX. Look at exactly where this thing went. I'm not going to say I told you so with my levels here, but I told you so. Look at that level. Exactly down to the very cent at that 150 level I talked about. And look at that rejection. Look at that. I'm looking at SDC, Smile Direct Club. Tesla up. Same problem over here, Young. Yeah, man, I don't know what's my issue with this today, bro. I don't know what's my issue. We got it working. We got it rolling, but man. Hey, it's alright. I'm just toying around. Like I said, Jonathan, I don't know anything about put options and option pricing, so you might be right, bro. You know. But yeah, look at I am happy with look at that call on what was the GNPX? Look at that. So I said 145, 150, and look at exactly where it goes. It goes right up to the very cent of where I called it out. Look at that. We'll see what happens here, but interesting levels at the very least. Smile Direct Club SDC pulling a red to green move here. Space ripping down here as well. SPCE ripping down. See what happens with that as well. Looks fun. Look at the same thing with APHA. Exactly at my level 2 with this one. Exactly at that 555 level. It's something I kind of talked about this weekend, which is just documenting the pre-market levels, using those as your guide to a certain extent. Looking at BYND for the potential fade here. BYND. Man, this is kind of lagging a little bit. Yeah, it's not even today, bro. I just got it's not about, yeah, so at least I'm not the only one having issues with Thinkorswim. But yeah, it's not even about today. Jonathan, I have a month. That option expires a month from now. And so as long as it can drop below that in a month, I think I'm fine. Man, look at my Thinkorswim though, man. It's just lagging. Does anybody else have this or see this, man? Because my charts are all over the place today. Nothing. Fling shot. $25 is not even close to enough to invest, brother. You want them to invest? Buy a share. Let them accumulate it over like a decade. You know, buy a share of like a high cap stock is what I would do. I wouldn't try to make a few dollars with you know, $25. I would instead just start investing. You know, find maybe like a $20 like good stock, like a $20 like good healthy stock, and start like accumulating shares over time is what I would do if I was you. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Sean. What's up, bro? Appreciate it, man. Yeah. Alright, so at least it's not me with Thinkorswim lagging. Yeah, not seeing anything I like yet. We're gonna wait. Tesla pulling back a little bit. Yeah, that's what I would do. I wouldn't try to like... Yeah, I wouldn't try to like make some money day trading with $25. That's gonna be damn near impossible. What I would do is instead I would look for healthy stocks. start teaching him how to research fundamental analysis and maybe technical analysis, and then just slowly start adding shares as he makes more money and he has more money, and that way you kind of load up on shares. Don't try to day trade with $25. It's never gonna work. Maybe get a paper trading platform and let him play around on there, but just like I said, $25 isn't even close to enough to be able to actually like profitably trade with for any significant amount. So that's my advice. Kron ripping up. Maybe we get a pullback to 879. I might jump in that one. What's up, Todd? Hey, nice, brother. Appreciate the sub, Gian Marco. Appreciate it, brother. Alright, so I like this 10-cent risk here with Kron. So if I jump in at 80, I can risk off of 70, and I can set a reward target of like 9. Exactly 2 to 1. Really easy 2 to 1 analyzation, just because it's in 10-cent increments. But I'm looking at that with Kron. But yeah, nice, Todd. Congrats, brother. Okay, so here's that pullback in Kron. Didn't quite get there enough for me to enter. If I do enter here, I'd have to use a 78 risk just to keep my risk tight. Not yet, Blake. Sorry, man. All my kids have been sick, brother. So, or not my kids. My daughter's been sick. My daughter and my wife have been sick. Yeah, look at GNPX rip up here. Like I said, if it finds some support at that 150, that could get really interesting there too. Alright, I'm going to load up with 200 shares of Kron here. Maybe get in with a little bit more if it drops down to like 80, but this is just a small trade. APHA didn't look bad for this too. Maybe I should have got a little bit more, but it's alright. 83s. I don't hate this either. 81s. I could probably get that ad here. So I'm in with 400 shares. Risk is about 70, like I said. But I also watch this 78 level really closely here too. Now you're good, Blake. It happens, bro. Yeah, my daughter's been sick the last weekend, and so it's been no fun. Oof, man, big drop here. I'll probably get instantly stopped out for CGC. Looking weak. I think a lot of shorts are gonna get stopped out of here too. 71s. This is my risk right here, and I gotta be careful because if it breaks this, it can really break big. Yeah, just huge squeeze down. Worst case scenario there, really, with Kron. But yeah, just a huge rip down. Worst case scenario. Unfortunate, but I'll be alright. What's up, Brick? What's up, man? But yeah, that was like the worst case scenario. This thing dropped huge quickly. I could have maybe used this 78 level as my risk, but you know, I think my risk would have been too tight, unfortunately, for that one. But yeah, we'll see what we get. No fun for my first trade, though. Alright, well, at least my NVAX put option is doing well. Let's see, I bought it. Yeah, my NVAX trade's doing well. I'm also holding... what did TRIL end up doing today? I still got a month for that one, roughly. Tesla. I appreciate it, Thomas. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, like I said, we are not experts here. We're not gurus. We just kind of teach you guys what we learn, let you guys know what we're watching, and yeah, don't claim to be experts. Don't want that pressure of claiming to be experts. You know what I mean? Would prefer to just kind of let people watch us. If they agree with what we do, that's cool. If not, that's cool too. But yeah, I appreciate the support, bro. I can't tell, honestly, Ninja, I can't tell if that was like an insult, or I can't tell if you're trying to like antagonize or if you're giving me a compliment, because generally you got to be able to just get over losses. You don't want to let one loss take you out for the day, right? Because losses will happen. And like I said, every day last week I was up in gross profit. And so, you know, I can't let one loss affect me. But yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is I can't tell if that's a compliment or an insult, Ninja, because learning how to handle your losses well is a very key aspect of successful trading. And so if you're saying I handled my loss well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. You know, you know what I mean? Yeah, I can take a loss and I'll whistle, you know, I'll hang out. Because yeah, I mean, like I said, if you think every day has to be green, you don't know what you're talking about in trading, you know, because trading, you're going to lose. And I went over it in my weekend video. I'll post that video. Adam? Yes, we are exactly that, Adam. We are experts. We are gurus. I'm about to sell my new course, man. It's called Buy the Dip, you know. I'm only going to be charging $300,000 for it, you know, but it's the greatest course in the history of trading. And yes, I am a guru. I'm going to get a hat, too, I think. Yeah, exactly, Mike. Losses are lessons. Like I said, I don't think my trade on Kron was necessarily bad. I think that support level made sense with the VWAP, and I think it was looking bullish, and I think it just kind of confirmed a sideways neutral trend, which is a very difficult trend to trade. Yeah, like I said, I can't tell if he's trying to hate or if he's being nice, man. I really can't. He might be being nice, you know. I can't tell. You know, if he's talking about that's why you are where you are, if he's talking about the fact that I got $1.5 thousand in profit, I mean, hey, thank you. That might be why I am here, you know. But yeah, I mean, like I said, people can hate. My account speaks for itself, you know. I've grown my account 1.5K in a few months, and so I think that speaks for itself. Yeah. BYD looks interesting. Yeah, and I think the people that can't handle one loss in trading are the people that are bound to fail eventually, because losses will happen. You can't get upset over them. You know, you got to just brush them off, you know, move on a little bit, and it'll be okay, you know. I do, Texas, I do, man, you know. We are the guruest gurus in town, you know. We are the guruest gurus in trading, you know. That's us. I know, I'm just going to assume the best, Shreep, and just say he's being nice to me, you know? He's telling me I handle losses well. I'm just going to assume that because optimism, you know? Space just broke those highs. Alright, let's see. Tesla is pulling back to the VWAP and looks interesting. If Tesla wasn't dead to me on an intraday basis, I might trade it. But, I don't know, man. Tesla not gone that solid lately with trading with Tesla. Yeah, a little bit of CBD, we're good to go. Exactly. You should do a prank and just smash your keyboard. Yeah, man. You guys know me. I do not. I think I've gotten to the point in trading. Oh, man, my foot's asleep. I think I've gotten to the point in trading where losses don't bug me at all. The only thing that will bug me, and I probably shouldn't even say this because then I'm sure a bunch of haters are going to start doing it, is the only thing that does bug me is when people hindsight correct. You know, it's like, oh, you shouldn't have gotten there because of this or that. It's like, yeah, in hindsight, you know, that's the one thing that's like my big pet peeve. But aside from that, I handle losses fine. And I think part of it is like I said, I've got a big account. I've got a lot of room to trade with, and I'm already up $1.5 thousand in profit. You know, I think if you're losing in your account and then you take another loss, I think that is much harder to handle. But I think when you're up in your account, like I said, I'm up $1.5 thousand in this account. Like I got a lot of room. A $66 loss is not going to take me out for the day, you know? And so I think the amount of profit I have in my account compensates for any emotional swings that a loss might cause, and it makes them much easier to handle because I got a lot of room, you know? We're good. Hey, I appreciate it, Gideon. Hey, appreciate it, Carlos. Yeah, man, what I realized, Carlos said, and like I said, I'm waiting to find some good stuff here. We'll see. But Carlos basically, yeah, there's that 150 level. Let's see if it holds that level, Gideon. I think this 150 level or this 145 level is interesting. If it breaks below that, I'd watch this level here at 133 for like a VWAP bounce style play, really. But what Carlos said here, he said, you're doing great on taking losses. I remember at the beginning you were not this good on losses, so congrats, bro. You're doing great. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Yeah. And I think when you evolve as a trader, I think there's a few things that help losses. I think one of them, when you're growing your small account, because that's the theme of today's stream. But when you're growing your small account, I think that you got to be able to manage losses. And I think that doing something you enjoy and realizing that life goes on after a loss or a tough day in the market is super beneficial, right? So one thing I would do if I took a loss, I would go play Xbox, or I'd go to the gym, or I'd go do something that I enjoy. And then after like 20 minutes, I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'm fine. Because if you dwell on those losses, right, what happens? Like you might take a break, but if you're sitting there, oh, I can't believe I lost, you come back and you force trades and you push the market too much, and the market's going to push you back. You know, and you're going to take a bigger loss. And then you're going to be like, man, I'm down so much already. Let me just max sizing right now. And then you take a huge loss and your account's halfway gone. And then you're like, oh, well, my account's already halfway gone. Let me just take another huge swing. And that's how accounts are really lost. We actually have a class on that specifically. It's called How Accounts Are Lost, or Why Accounts Are Lost. And that's the cycle of a new trader. Right? They take a loss, they can't deal with it, they push the market pushes back, they take larger and larger consecutive losses until their account's gone. And then they just go for it. You know, they just go for it. And that's what destroys accounts in trading. I said $1,500 in a few months, fling shot. But my account's like an $8,000 account. So $1,500, you know, that's roughly 20%, or like 15%. That's like a 15% win in my account, which is reasonable. You know, most people don't grow their accounts 500-600% in a few months. I know that's kind of what's advertised, but realistically, that's not what usually goes down. Um, are you talking about GNPX looks halted? And I don't know what's causing this halt, but that's really, really sketchy for GNPX. So good luck. I hope nobody got caught in that. Let me look it up. GNPX is halted. Do you think it's a circuit breaker halt for GNPX? Alright, so yeah, this just came out for GNPX. It says they received US FDA Fast Track designation for their lung therapy. Okay, yeah, it's a circuit breaker halt. It's a circuit breaker halt for GNPX. So good luck, anybody that's holding it. We'll see which way it opens up. Good luck, guys. This is a very strange, honestly, and a very unusual halt. Most of the time, stocks don't get halted on the way down for their first time. Normally, they get halted on the way up, and then they might get halted on the way down again. But they normally don't just get halted on the way down for their first halt of the day as a circuit breaker. And so somebody probably just unloaded a huge position is possibly what's causing this. Or everybody's just getting squeezed out. So just be careful with GNPX, because that one's a little scary team. Oh no, it wasn't 150K. It was not 150K. It was 1.5 thousand. It was not 150,000. I wish it was 150,000, and I would be honest if it was, but it wasn't. It was 1.5K, which isn't bad. Like I said, my account's an $8,000 account, right? And so if I grow at 1.5K, that's roughly what, 15%. That's really what it is, and that's a great gain for a few months. I'm very happy with that, and we're just working and growing it progressively here. Halts are generally 5 minutes, but sometimes they're 10 minutes. And so if it got halted at, let's see what time it got halted at. It got halted at 8:53. It should be open in the next minute for GNPX. Yeah, I'm going to keep it here just in case we get this resumption. Should resume. I don't know how long it's going to be. Usually they're 5 minutes, you've seen. Most of the time they're 5 minutes. Sometimes you'll see a 10-minute halt. Alright, so we'll watch it, see if it resumes. Alright, so now it's been 5 minutes since the halt. So watch for it to open up in the next minute. And if it doesn't, it should open up in the next, like, I don't know, next 5 minutes then. Alright, there's the resume. Yeah, there it is. Alright, so it's down. Interesting halt, though. A very strange halt right there. That's a very strange halt, guys. And this is one of those ones where you got to be worried about them getting manipulated and the SEC investigating this, because that's a very strange halt here. There's the support at the VWAP that I thought about, though. That one's scary, though. I'm not touching that. Yeah, there's the resumption. Yeah, like I said, most halts are 5 minutes. Just so everybody can understand, most halts last 5 minutes. Some of them last 10. He's at work, Jerome. Appreciate the sub, John. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate the sub. But yeah, let's see how well these resistance areas that I drew hold. Fling shot. So if you join the paid one, man, we give out like a few perks. You know, really, like I said, though, we're just a free resource and community. We might put a few videos out a month for our paid members, but it's really just a way to help support our channel here. Like, that's really what it is. It's just a free resource. What we have here is just a free resource and community. And so we try to, we're always going to keep this live stream and everything free for the most part. We might add a few perk videos a month, going over like the best strategies that we've used or stuff like that. But again, don't feel any obligation to. Like, we're just a free resource and community here. And of course, we appreciate our members, but it's really just a good way to help support our channel here. Like, that's really what the membership is. It's a great way to help support our free content. And so if you want to help support us, it's a great thing. But yeah, we have a few perks. The last video we put out for our members was just going over our trader view stats. And so, yeah, that's what you basically get. It's $4.99. I mean, it had the same type of percentage drop here at 834 at the open, and it didn't get halted there. And so my guess was somebody was unloading a pretty big share size with this one, but hard to tell. For the most part, sometimes they'll do 10-minute halts, but yeah, mostly I don't think I've ever seen a stock get halted for like 7 minutes and 50 seconds, or anything like crazy like that. Most of the time it's in 5-minute increments. Most of the time it's either 5 or 10-minute halts. I've rarely seen, I think I've seen one other one that was longer, but that was when it was investigated by the SEC after the halt. And so most of the time it's going to be 5 minutes, and then I have seen 10-minute halts as well. So 5 10-minute halts are usually what the standard. Hey, nice, Miguel. Hey, happy, brother. Congrats, man. Yeah, sorry, I was kind of watching GNPX here. But yeah, that bounce on Uber looks good. Honestly, yeah, and here's the thing, right? Just to show everybody an example. Whenever this happens, specifically here, whenever the pre-market high, the VWAP, and the pullback happen right around the same level, getting in long, looking for this VWAP bounce is extremely profitable. It's one of my favorite conditional setups for the VWAP bounce, right? Is when the pre-market high and the VWAP are right around the same area. That's going to give it twice the support. Even if it breaks under the pre-market high, it's got the VWAP, and so that's a very profitable way to trade it as well. But yeah, nice work, Miguel. Good trade. Good trade. GNPX dropping down again. I would look for that 125 level to hold if it does. If it doesn't, it's going to be really weak, I think, for GNPX. Honestly, I'm not seeing too much I really like. Like, I didn't hate Kron right there, but once it faked me out and just squeezed down, kind of worst case scenario, I don't really see anything else I really like aside from that. I'm looking at CGC, I'm looking at SDC, looking for a few moves here, but overall, I mean, I'm not seeing anything I love right now. Market's up a little bit. Yeah, that's mostly young whenever the SEC starts to investigate them. So like whenever the SEC investigates, that can be halted indefinitely. And sometimes though, I don't know if anybody remembers, I'm trying to think of what the name of the stock is. I want to say it's like FLIN or LFIN, where it got halted and then the SEC investigated it, and it literally went from like $40 down to $6 once it resumed. And so that does happen too, and that's why you got to be really careful with those type of stocks, with these really crazy parabolic stocks, because sometimes the SEC does investigate them, and sometimes that will cause an indefinite time frame of when they're going to resume. And if the SEC finds bad stuff, they're going to resume much lower. Sometimes they're going to get kicked out into the OTC market and stuff like that, so you got to be careful. Junior says, I can't believe Connor smashed Cowboy like that. Yeah, man, for sure. I was telling everybody. Man. I wanted Cowboy to win, but I respect Connor's skill, man. Connor's a G. And, he did that. People saying it's fake do not know what they're talking about, bro. That was 100% real. And nobody's going to fake fake losing a fight by getting kicked in the head. And if you watch the replay, he very obviously got kicked in the jaw, which is what knocked him. It landed right square in his chin, you know. So rough fight for Cowboy, but props to Conor, man. He did that. Yeah, right, Young. That's exactly what I was saying. Like, when you have this condition right here, I like that. I like the pre-market where these two line up together. And if I had more patience and solely waited for that bounce play, I'm sure I would be my account would be a lot stronger if I had the patience to wait. Same thing with like the fake out fade confirmation. But you know, it's part of it. It's hard to stream and not trade, you know. Yeah, we got Brick faking everybody. What's up, James? Yeah, man, for sure, James. Quick fight. People are upset. It's like, I don't care what happened. I just wanted to see a knockout, which we got. I would rather a 30-second knockout than a boring decision. You know what I mean? And so I'm happy it happened. I was watching it live too. Yeah, those shoulder hits got him. That was rough. Alright, Spy's pulling back a little bit here. I'm watching NVAX. BYND had a nice little bounce play here too. I'm looking at CGC. I might take a little bit of CGC on a short side. We'll see though. If I do, it's going to be like a tight risk of like 29 or so. So I get in at like 22. Try to get in at 20 or get out by 29. Problem is a 4-cent spread, 3-cent spread. It's just not super favorable. This is a little bit better here. 20s. 22s. Kron just ripped up. That's the only thing stopping me from CGC. $21s. I got in way too late, honestly, for this one. Just a terrible entry. I decided to take 100 shares. Maybe add a little bit to it, and then just risk off of this 25 level for CGC. Try to get it down here, but we'll see. Terrible entry, honestly. NVAX is looking good for my put option, though. I wonder if my NVAX put option is going to be worth more now. It should. That's worth a little bit more. Not much. It's about break even so far. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, Conor fights, you got to expect they don't last long, man. Conor doesn't have that much power. What Conor does have is great precision and accuracy. It's not even the power, man. It's the accuracy that dude has is legit. He sets traps with his fighting as well. Like, he sets traps. That's kind of how he fights. He's not really like a big power guy. He just sets traps and is super accurate. Yeah, I haven't even looked at AMRN. I gotta... Maybe I should watch that one. Ooh, AMRN does look good here for the bounce play. It's a little bit too late. I wish I would have saw it about a minute ago. Terrible entry here for CGC though. My entry is what's hurting me. Because we got all that support. I just got in the middle of the range, which is never what I suggest, unfortunately. Back up. Gotta watch this upward trend line forming here too. I don't want to get like a breakout here. See the upward trend line. Gotta watch this high up here too. It's getting pretty close, but it's a very small trade. Regardless, I could let it test, but gotta be careful right here specifically. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of there. Tiny loss, but just broke my risk. My NVAX trade is looking good though. We still got a solid month, and so maybe I'll wait for that one. AMRN looks good too. It's just I'm gonna look for some more confirmations in these. Like if I could have gotten in at like 70 and then risked off of 60 here, that would have been ideal. Like right there. Sean says, I love your confidence. Hey, thanks, bro. Yeah, like I said, man, my account's like well into the profit. And so I think when you have such a decent profit cushion, you're not going to be as affected by losses as you normally would be if, like, say you're in the red in your account, then losses are going to suck. They're going to hurt. But when you're green in your account and you're just kind of fluctuating, you know, it's been a tough few months, honestly, but my account's still well into the profit. So I got a lot of room. And yeah, I mean, sometimes my trades aren't going to work out super well. And sometimes my trading is just not going to be the best. Sometimes my results aren't going to be what I really want them to be. But that's okay. You know, it's just part of the process. You know, sometimes I do well, sometimes I don't. I think what I really should start looking for, guys, is these fake out strategies have been really, really profitable lately. And I think waiting and have the patience for them is the best move, I think. NVAX still going well, really nice in my direction. So I'm holding this put option. We'll see what happens with it, but that one looks good. I'm kind of bummed out I didn't get AMR in there too. NNVC halted for the 5th time. Let's take a look at that. Man, I don't want to touch this thing, dude. This one looks crazy, bro. What's crazy about it is the volume is actually light. The volume's pretty light for this one, and it's getting halted a ton. So that's what's crazy about this one is the volume, honestly. I'm scared to trade that one, man. I'm watching my NVAX put option work well. We're going to see if we can get some bigger gains, but I'm making money on my NVAX trade. Oh, so you were being negative, Ninja. Alright, I got you. So you were being negative, bro. I thought you were giving me a compliment, man. Like, come on, man. It hurts. It hurts. Nah, you're just trying to stir stuff up. So, have a good day, sir. But no, like I said, losses are going to happen. I've just learned to manage them well. I don't get super upset over losses. And I think if you do, you might want to question whether trading's actually for you, you know? But yeah, NNVC, man, that one looks scary, bro. That one looks scary. Because, like I said, man, look at the volume, man. This thing's had like 40,000 shares at its high. That's not that much. That's not that much. And this thing's, you can see it getting halted over and over again. This is like a PHU win a few months back, which went super crazy. All right, so I'm looking at AMRN. It doesn't look that bad. And yeah, guys, like, let me show y'all something really quick. So you can see why, if you guys want to see why I'm actually not letting losses affect me too much, is let me show y'all something. Watch this. All right, so I'm going to show you guys this, just so you guys can kind of see. Like, last week, I uploaded all my trades in the last 5 weeks to TraderView, right? But let's just delete this last week really quick. Okay, let's just delete this last week, and I'll show you guys why I don't let losses affect me too much. All right, and so let's look at Trades View here. You can see Trades View. This is all my trades from up until the 15th. And so let's see when last week started. Last week started on the 13th. Okay, so let's just delete these trades up until the 13th, right? We'll just delete these trades, and we'll look at the last week's trading, right? I was losing a lot of the time on stream. I was losing those last few, I was losing when I ended the stream. Okay, so look, I deleted all these trades up to the 13th, right? And then we're gonna set this for January 13th, specifically for last week, right? And so we'll take this, we'll go to trading, or we'll go to historical data, trades, and we'll go ahead and upload just so you guys can see these are my actual results from the last week, right? This is from the 13th up until, basically this is just last week, all right? And we'll just name this last week trades. Trading. Yeah, last week trading. We'll name it that. All right, and so you see I named it last week trading. This is from last week to, not today. Today's not gonna be included, but it was basically last week, right? We'll look at my trader view. We'll import the trades. Last week trading. And so I actually was up in gross profit last week. Like, this is my graph from last week. I didn't end one day down in gross profits last week. But what I'm trying to show you guys, and you can even see I did make that 81.25 on Friday. There goes GNPX too. But what I'm trying to show you guys is that the reason I don't let losses affect me at all is because I can usually rebound. And sometimes, sure, I decide to do that off stream so we don't get stuff like this, but I can usually rebound on the day. And so when you know you can usually rebound, and you know you just kind of got to start to get used to trading and kind of get used to it, and get your feet wet a little bit in the morning, and you might take some losses, but you usually can rebound, you know, you're not going to let losses get to you that much. And that's kind of the situation I'm in now, is that, yeah, I'm down 80 bucks. Usually, I bet you I'll probably rebound today. And if I don't, no stress either way, you know, but that's one of the reasons. It's not that I'm not taking it seriously. It's that I usually can rebound. And my tradings actually hasn't been that bad the last month. Yeah, you did, Jonathan. You did, bro. Yeah, like I said, some people are like I said, some people are just insecure, man. And it is what it is, you know. I'm waiting for AMRN, see if we can get it at like 2069. But yeah, like I said, the reason I upload that live so you can see that's actually how I did last week. I'm not making this up. You see me upload it live. I can't fake that if I wanted to. And the reason I upload that live is so you can see, like, I usually do rebound on the day, and I'm usually able to rebound. And so with that, I can't let losses get to me that much, because if I let one loss affect my trading in a negative way, then I'm going to be done trading, and I'm going to be upset every single day, because you're usually going to at least lose at least once. You very rarely have 100% winning days. And so, you know, it's part of the process, right? You got to learn to handle it. And it's not that I'm not taking it seriously. It's just that I usually rebound. Yeah, I've definitely started trading more options, Tar, and it's been fun. I'm not going to act like I'm an expert at options. Look at GNPX, though, but I'm doing okay. We're still learning with options, you know, to say the least. But yeah, with regard to people like that in the chat, right? If I was super upset over a loss, they would say I'm too emotional about a loss, right? And so now whenever I handle a loss well, which is what I suggest everybody do, then that's a problem too. And so people like that, they're just trying to be negative. For whatever reason, they're insecure, and you know, it is what it is. But yeah, GNPX actually resumed after that halt, which is surprising. It's actually halted again. And so let's see when this was halted. So GNPX was actually halted again at 9:17. So this thing should resume in the next minute or two for GNPX. This is interesting to see where it goes. Good luck if anybody's holding it. And a lot of times these will rip up. My suggestion, what I see a lot of the time with halted stocks, I see stocks that get halted, they squeeze up, and then everybody starts covering and taking profits, right? And so it just squeezes the stock down in a huge way. That is what you see a lot of the time with options or with halted stocks, and so that's what I would look for GNPX too. But maybe it'll hold, and maybe it'll just start running up big. We never really know. It looks like CGC completely faked me out too, and maybe I'm being a little bit too strict with my profit, but I'll have to go back and kind of analyze my trading after today and see. There goes GNPX. So there's the rip up, there's the resumption. It went up to 173. And like I said, a lot of times it could do a few different things. I don't want to say it's going to rip down because it might not. But it's very possible once people start taking profit into this strength that it squeezes down too. That's what you'll see a lot of the time with halts. And so trying to guess that is kind of risky though. I definitely wouldn't short it, but if you're holding it long, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't be afraid to take profits if I was in it either. There goes Uber pulling back some. That one doesn't look bad. But yeah, there's the resumption for GNPX. Todd said, nobody likes to lose, but traders don't ponder on it. We look for another trader, stop trading. Nothing complicated, everything human when it comes to risk and profit. Yeah, for sure. And that's just part of it, you know. I don't know if people want me to be upset over losses, but I'm not. You know, I'm not. Losses are part of trading. And if you can't get used to taking losses or handling misses, trading's probably not the right thing for you. Uber's back to the VWAP too. I think this one's a little tough because I think that it put in a lower high, and I mean, it's still kind of holding where this previous low was, but it's not putting in higher lows anymore. It's putting in lower highs. That's one thing to consider with this one, with Uber, and so that's the only reason I don't like the bounce. And I'm not saying this one's not going to bounce. It very easily could. It's got a lot of support at this 36 level. But the problem is that it put in this lower high. It's looking a little bit more bearish than bullish at this point. Hey, nice, Jonathan. Congrats, brother. Right, 100% Tar. A majority of trading is handling losses. Winners handle themselves. It's all about good risk management. 100%. Right, 100%, Matthew. That is the trick, man. That's the trick. You want to know how to be a good trader? Handle your emotions, right? If you can't handle your emotions, you're never going to be a good trader, right? That's the one thing that you have to do, and that's why I always talk about, and I talked about it last week. I don't see anything good right now. We're just kind of waiting until I see some type of solid movement with a lot of these. But what I was trying to say is that's what I talked about last week, which is that you can take the best course in the world. That's why I kind of make fun of courses sometimes, right? And gurus, is because you can take the best course in the world, right? You can follow the best guru in the world, but it's still going to take at least a few months to a year to be a successful trader, because it's not about the strategies. It's not about learning technical analysis. It is, don't get me wrong, but the most important thing is learning how to condition your emotions to make the right decisions. If you can't handle your emotions and you end up hurting your trading because of it, then that is the single most difficult thing that you have to learn to do in trading. You have to learn to manage your emotions. And part of that is being like, okay, I lost. So what? You know what I mean? Like, I'm down $80 today. So what? My account's in the profit. I'll probably end up rebounding today, in all honesty. At least if history repeats itself, I'll probably end up rebounding. And I'm not going to get super upset over a less than $100 loss. That's not how it is. I've only traded twice today, so I haven't traded a ton. It's not like I'm over trading. Handling losses is the single most important conditioning factor. You got to condition yourself to handle losses. And if you can't, like I said, trading might not be for you. You know, trading's not for everybody. You know, for some people, they might be too emotional to be a trader, because if every little thing causes you to just freak out, you know what I mean? Trading might not be the right thing for you. And because part of a huge aspect of trading is just managing and keeping your emotions in check, you know. Stop talking. You distracting? I think I'm going to keep talking. But yeah, don't leave the stream, you know. Look, I'll make it easy. I'll put you in timeout. Yeah, 100% Jerome. Oh, 100%. Mark Douglas is the man. You know, Mark Douglas is a gangster. He's one of the realists. You know, Mark Douglas said this, right? And this is a really important thing that Mark Douglas said. Is that there is a random distribution of wins and losses in the market. There is a random distribution of wins and losses. And so with that in mind, if you think about what he said about there being a random distribution of wins and losses, then you have to take each example, each incident of your setup. You have to take it when it's there. Every time you see an A+ setup, by that logic, you should take it. Because if you don't, then you're getting way too affected by that random distribution, if that makes sense, to put it into perspective. And so a very important part of trading, and it's a very important thing that you should understand as a trader, is that when your setup's there, you got to take it, you know, and that's part of it. Yeah, I got a few options. I'm holding a put option on NVAX right now. Alright. I appreciate it. Thank you, Tar. Ebro, if my... Thank you, Timothy. Timothy says, please keep talking. I appreciate your input. Hey, thank you, bro. Yeah, most people do. Like I said, some people... A lot of times, like, insecurity gets people, right? And they want to just be negative, and that's okay. I gotta learn to manage it better myself. Yeah, if your screen is blurry, refresh it. It's probably not it's probably not me. So if your screen is blurry, just refresh it, brother. I should fix it. Or select, if you go down to the bottom and select settings with the little sprocket, and you select 1080p HD as your quality, that should make it better. There goes Uber. Like I said, Uber did bounce right there. Maybe I could have taken it, but I didn't like the downward trend line here, which is fine. No, I'm not doing mostly options. I mean, I'm doing a little bit of both. I'm buying options, and I'm very open, Gifford, about I am not an expert when it comes to options, man. I am not. I'm still learning options, and so basically me doing options here is just me experimenting and learning them. So I definitely wouldn't suggest people copy my options trades because I'm still a newbie with options, and I really don't know what I'm talking about, to be honest. So gonna be honest about that. Yeah, mostly stocks. No, I don't, JB. Honestly, I have no idea what that is, bro. I have no idea. Do the spreads? Honestly, I don't even know what that is. Honestly, like I said, I'm very much a newbie when it comes to options. I know the concept of options and I know what they entail on a very basic level, but I am not an expert by any means, and I'm still very much a newbie when it comes to options. Don't know what I'm talking about. So that's it. I try to be honest about it. Dare, I've had a few people talk about DARE as well. I'm also looking at Smile Direct Club, which is SDC. I don't mind this move here because it got some support at 424 and it held that level 2. So if I could risk off a 22, get in with a little bit early of a fade, I don't hate that for SDC. Maybe jump in with like 150 shares, maybe. If I can catch it in time. Nope, missed it. Unfortunate, was looking at it, but it's okay. We'll find some other stuff. How do you find your penny stocks? Trade ideas. You want to check out trade ideas? I'll post this link here. Like I said, I think they're the best scanners in trading by far. And you can also use my promo code and get 15% off of them. I think their test drive is coming up too. Let me see when it starts. But yeah, there's the trade ideas link if you want to check them out. Yeah, Calvin. Hey, Calvin, heads up. Yeah, click the live button. Click the live button at the bottom left corner of your video. I think some of y'all might be behind just by what y'all's comments are saying. And so click the live button at the bottom left. It should help. Hey, no stress, Imran. Yeah, we're here to help, brother. We're here to help, man. Let me see when the test drive starts for trade ideas. See, I was trying to buy this bounce right here on SDC. I just, you guys heard me almost jump into it. I caught it a little bit late, which is okay. SPY making new highs. Let's check it out, Todd. Yeah, SPY sideways right now. That's the biggest problem. All right, so it's coming February 3rd, the test drive. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go grab something, so give me like a minute or two. I'll be right back. I'll put on my favorite song so you guys can listen to it, but I'll be right back, team. All right, I'm back. All right, Sean, have a good day, brother. Look at Uber. Uber just ripped. Maybe I should have taken it. I'm just not super comfortable with trading Uber, honestly. Never really traded that much. And so that's probably my issue with it. Like button can't break that 50 level, much resistance. Hey team, do me a favor and hit that like button, guys. You know you want to help support us. You know, honestly, if you don't like me, hit the dislike button because it's all engagement. And so hit that like button. I'd love to see 100 likes, team, if we can. Hey Todd, I got your message, brother. Let's meet up for sure, bro. Let's meet up for sure. When you're in Houston, man. You know, come chill, come trade. You know, Todd could be here. But for sure, Todd. Hey, hit me up, man. Hit me up when you're in town, bro. I'll be here. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. Alright, let's see what we get. AMD with the bounce play doesn't look terrible. Hey, appreciate the sub, Jane. Appreciate that. Welcome to the team. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. There's 50. We'll never stop, Todd. We'll never stop, bro. Maybe AMRN for the bounce play was good. I think I just caught it a little late for my preferred entry, honestly, with it. There were a lot of bounce plays too. I just missed. Netflix earnings came out. Looks like they were bad, huh? Did Netflix earnings come out yet? We get a pullback to like 55. I'll start to jump into this one on AMD. Yeah, Roku's too high in the range, though. I want to see. Look at the level I talked about in Roku, though. Look at this. Exactly at my level. And I drew this level out before. Look at that 137 level hold. I don't know if this is one of the ones I went over in pre-market. I don't think it was, but that level held really nicely. AMRN's breaking out on the upside, too. Wonder what MU's doing. Probably down. I don't know. It's up. AMD. Alright, there's 56s for AMD. Let me jump in with a little bit here. Maybe add a little bit more risk off of, I don't know, 41. Jump in with 200 shares here. Hope that 48 level holds. That was called, here, I got you, Jewel. It's called Rain Check by Dylan Sitz, I believe the name, Dylan Sitz. Yes, I think, what's it called? What it's called? Roku launched in Brazil. Hey, I appreciate that, Precise. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the heads up. Yeah, AMRN, the bounce play looked really good. Maybe I hesitated with it, but I saw it a little bit late. When it was at like 75 is when I saw it, and so I think I was just a little bit late on AMRN for the VY bounce play. Although I do think it looked good, just a little bit late for it, unfortunately. SDC's looking better, too. SPY pulling back a little bit. Maybe that's affecting AMD. All right, I'm in SDC. We're going to look for that one to hold here. So I'm in two different positions. These are the two positions right now. There's 57s. We're going to let this work, see if we can at least get like 70 here, right? I think we got to at least try to get that. No? There's 61s. Hopefully it doesn't get rejected here at the top of this range and it actually rips up above. I mean, that's what we really want to see with AMD. It's been in a very bullish trend most of the day. So that's what we really kind of want to see with this one. There's 58. Yeah, I see NVAX. Luckily, I have until like I got like 30 days at least for that one to work out for me, Jonathan. So we'll see. Hopefully, it'll work out for both of us, bro. I think what has really got me the last few days, especially though, is like if we look at the spot, it's just been very sideways at the open. Sideways, sideways, sideways. Tough market days, honestly. Very sideways action right around the open. Most of these days, like, look at the range it's had at the open most of the time. Like, look at today specifically as well. Like, check this out. You know, like, look. Sideways. 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 So that opening range has been very difficult for me to trade, I think, the last few weeks, unfortunately. And it is what it is. Like, it's all right. Like, days like, or weeks like this are going to happen. And I think the fact that I kept every day up in gross last week is very confidence building. You know, that I kept it mostly green, even though the market hasn't been giving me that much action the last few days in trading. I think I'm for sure happy with that. And we're just going to see if we can, you know, fight back and find some good trades later on when the market does tend to break out of that range. Because it usually breaks out of that range eventually, as you can see on the chart. Like, if we look at the SPY, most of the time it eventually breaks out, which also explains why I do better later morning, right? Because the last few days, like, look, it eventually does break and hold, but that first hour or two with the market has been very sideways, you know, kind of neutral trend trading. And, you know, if you try too hard to pick a direction with these neutral trends, it's going to eat you up like it's been doing me, you know. I tell you what, beginner trading, my trading game has went up like 3 levels since I started hanging out with you guys. Hey, we appreciate you being here, man. Seriously, we do. Happy to have you here, bro. You know, I've been in a little slump lately, but even my slumps are what? You know, all green days in gross profit, just down in net. I mean, I'll take that as a slump any day. All right, there goes my AMD trade, looking good. There's 63s. If we get up to 64, 65, I'll have to take profits here. Maybe I won't get it, though. Didn't hold its gains for AMD. Yeah, we're still early. We'll see if we can still get the rip. Alright guys, so yeah, also if you want to use the same platform as us, there's a lot of benefits to using them. Specifically, there's no PDT rule, so you can day trade short stocks. A lot of benefits for new traders, and I think it's one of the cheapest ways that new traders can get started. Basically, the way it works is you're buying an educational package, and then once you're finished with it, you usually get to partner with them and become basically a contractor for them. And the account they give you for their base package, it's $3.99. It comes with a course, a demo account, and chat room access. And once you finish it, like I said, they partner with you, and you get to trade a $14,000 funded day trading account. And like I said, you're basically a contractor for them. And so it gets around the PDT rule. And so essentially for $3.99, you're going to get to trade $14,000 in buying power. There's no PDT rule, and you can day trade and short stocks. My SDC trade is not working out well. I'll probably jump out of that soon. I don't like the way this one's moving, and I can get squeezed down very, very quickly here, so I'm just going to jump out. But yeah, basically, you get to day trade short stocks. There's a lot of benefits for using them, and I'll post this link here if you want to check them out. And I think it's just the cheapest way for new traders to get started. So there's the link if you want to check it out. Again, great way to help support our channel. Yeah, that loss on SDC hurt. It is what it is, though. I bet you I'll rebound on the day. But yeah, here's the link if you want to check it out. Great way to help support us. And again, I think if new traders, what options do they have, right? They can day trade on a discount platform. Most of the time, just the platform alone is going to cost them hundreds if you want to use DOS or anything like that. And it's just very difficult to actually succeed on there, where you can spend $3.99, get a ton of buying power, get to short stocks with no PDT rule, get a course, a demo account, and access to their paper trading platform for less than $400. And I think that makes a ton of sense. That bundle for new traders, allowing them to get their feet wet, makes a ton of sense. And so if you want to check it out, there's the link. It shouldn't take that long, Blake. I mean, it's different for everybody. I mean, it's all subjective. But it shouldn't take that long, I don't think. Yeah, SDC squeezed me out. And again, guys, one thing I'm noticing with my trading is, like, the market is just not favorable. Even today. And this is a good lesson on trading the market. Right. If you like trading these really low volume patterns where you're trading that very tight range, then this market might be good for you. But if you're like me and you like to trade some type of trend, this is very difficult. Look at the SPY. The SPY is completely sideways, crossing over and under the VWAP. Same thing Friday. Same exact thing. Sideways, crossing over and under the VWAP. Just no trends are really being formed here. Same thing with the prior day, I think, as well. Yeah, look at this open. Sideways. And I think that's what I'm really getting caught in. I think there were some good trades like AMRN and Uber, I think was really good. So shout out to whoever called out Uber, BYND too. But I think with the stocks that I'm watching, I'm just getting hit. And it is what it is, We're going to let AMD work here. Maybe hopefully get a little flag style breakout if we can. So I haven't actually been there. I'm waiting until I have a little bit more profit to withdraw, Andrew, but I did have a friend of mine do the withdrawal process, and he said it was flawless for the most part. He said the way it works is you can get one withdrawal per month, so you can only withdraw once per month, but it's a wire transfer. So when you do withdraw, they just wire you the money. And so a buddy of mine, like I said, he did one, and he put his request in on I believe on the 9th of the month, or the 10th of the month, and he got his money on the 19th. So it took 9 days. And he said it was flawless for the most part. Just a wire transfer is how they paid him. So that's what I would expect from them. But best thing to do is to reach out to them and ask them. Like I said, I'm not an expert or a guru here. I'm still growing my account. And while I have about 1.5 thousand in profit, I'd like to build it up a little bit more, to be honest. So I'd still like to build it up a little bit more and to grow my account and take a little bit more profit from it. And so I'm waiting until I withdraw. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now. There's 58s. We're up a little bit here. Down about $100, which is still pretty small relative to my account here. I have a pro account, which gives me a lot of buying power. It gives me 240,000 in buying power to trade with, and it's like I said, it cost me about $8 grand, and so to make about 1.5 thousand in profits is a pretty good percentage win for me so far in this account. But yeah, point is though, my max loss is like $12,000, and so I have a lot of room in this account. So $100 swing, It's unfortunate, but I bet you I'll rebound on the day. If I do rebound, I'll probably end up posting my video to Instagram, is what I think I'm going to do. And so if I do rebound big, I'll post it depends on how big it is. If it's minor, I'm just not going to post a video about it. But if it's a big size rebound, maybe I'll post that video to Instagram. I could also make it a member video as well. But yeah, like I said, I think a good lesson here is the overall market's sideways movement. And I think that's what we've been getting a lot lately the last few days and weeks. Most of the time the market's very choppy and sideways right at the bell. And so it's just very difficult to trade it when the market's like this. And I think this is also this also explains kind of my slump in trading, which is that the market is just, when you trade the VWAP, you essentially trade trends, right? And when the stock market doesn't pick a trend, the overall market, it's very difficult to get into some good trades, And I think that's kind of what I'm finding myself in. And, it's unfortunate, but it's part of trading. Yeah, no stress, Andrew. No worries, brother. 2 years, 2.5 years, maybe. Off and on, though. AMD's squeezing me down. Been a tough day, honestly. I think some of my trades were good, some of my trades were bad, but, tough day. CGC actually picked a really nice downward trend. I think maybe another thing I'm doing wrong lately is I might be giving myself a little bit too tight of a risk. I usually don't start doing that well until 10 o'clock though, so maybe I'll rebound, but we'll see. It's 51s. What am I in? 200 shares? Yeah. Alright, here's the break under. I gotta be careful here. I mean, I can let it try to test this, but I think I gotta keep like a pretty solid risk level because I'm getting squeezed down pretty quick. And I think if we look at the market, that's kind of what we're getting here. Yeah, I'm going to use this low as my risk at 41. We break underneath that. I just got to jump out. I'll probably close it down. If I do trade, I'm going to trade off stream. Just because with losing 130 bucks on the day, it's frustrating. And I need to try to find myself and get into the zone a little bit. It's been a tougher day. And so if I get stopped out here, I'm going to close it down. Like I said, I record every trade I get into. If you guys want to see my Friday trade, here it is. And so I did trade after the stream on Friday and was able to rebound. But I think if I get stopped out here, it's been a very difficult day. And I need to kind of separate my emotions from it and trade off stream. Try to get myself in the zone a little bit without too many people trying to troll or hate, And I think that's the best plan for right now. But yeah, we're about to get stopped out. Alright, we're still in it. We're close, though. I mean, we're at 44. We're going to let this work here. I do like this confirmation, but if it breaks underneath that, I think I just got to bail out of this. We'll let it work. Hopefully, it'll rebound here and it'll pull back up and maybe pull one of those fake out bounce strategies I talked about this weekend. But it's close. There's 48s again. Like I said, I wanted to let it test here a little bit. Maybe we'll get that fake out bounce, and I'll probably add to it with this risk of 51.40 if it does get back above the VWAP and then hold some support there. I'll probably add to it, like I said, with that fake out bounce strategy if we do get that. But we're going to let it work and try to wait for that. And so that's my plan right now. And what do you guys think? I can make a member video about if I do trade some more and it's a big enough trade. I can make a member video about my trades after the stream, or I could just post it to Instagram. I do have an Instagram, so yeah, y'all want to join my Instagram? Let me post it here. I haven't posted on it much, I will say that. There we go. Yeah, so here's my Instagram if you want to catch the video, but you can join our Discord, and you can join our Discord, and I'll kind of give you guys, I'll teach you guys what I'm doing, or show you guys what I'm doing so far if I do trade after the stream. But like I said, I think that I try to keep everything live, but sometimes I just need to take a second and trade and try to get into the zone, like I said, without trolls or without hindsight traders and all that stuff. And so there's the link for that. Is the scanner frozen? It is. The high of the day Momo scanner's frozen. Here, let me refresh this. I got you. But yeah, join our Discord. There's the Discord link too if you want to check that out. There we go. That should be good. There you go. Sorry, I don't know why it froze. But yeah, like I said, guys, you want to use the same platform as us, I'll post this link. It's one of the cheapest ways that new traders can get started. Again, once you get approved, you get a $14,000 account for $3.99, and you can day trade and short stocks with it. There's also a max loss of 700, and it operates very similar to a prop firm, and so there is a 70-30 split. But again, you're paying $3.99 for that package, and so it's super cheap, and I think it's just a cheap way to get started in trading where you're not risking a ton. Because the other options for new traders, like I said, is you can deposit thousands into a conventional platform and risk thousands, or you can risk $3.99, and I think that's a much better way, a cheaper way, and a safer way to get started. So there's the link for that if you want to check that out. Great way to help support our channel here as well. Tough day, tough week, tough month for me, really, but we're gonna try to fight back a little bit today. We'll see what happens. Like I said, if you want to see how I do, yeah, 100%. And I usually can rebound. Like I said, every day last week was up in gross profit, and so I usually can rebound. I just have to wait for those setups and find them. And you know, like I said, part of the problem with my trading is that I get a little bit too active in that first hour, so I might have to develop rules around that first hour of trading. Oh yeah, guys, if you want to join the World Series of Day Trading, we do have some, hold on, I might get stopped out here. We do have some, we do have the join link available. The World Series of Day Trading is going to start February 22nd through the 27th, I believe, or 28th. We'll see. When it starts February 22nd. And it's completely free to apply to and enter. I'll post those links. Hold on, let me find them. Here it is. So yeah, I'll post these links. You can go check them out. Again, it's completely free. At the very least, you're going to get a demo account to trade with for a few days. And at the best, you might win free packages. And so the top 3 people in my team alone, I'll be leading my own team, win free TradeNet packages. And then the top 20 in the overall competition win packages. And like I said, at the very least, you're going to get a demo account. You're going to have some fun. And I think the competition is a really good middle ground for traders because it gives them some pressure, but it's not the full pressure of a live account. You know, and like we said earlier, trading is all about managing your emotions. And so I think learning to trade with these accounts makes sense. And, you know, it gives you a little bit of pressure, but not the full live account pressure that is really difficult to manage. And so I think it's a good middle ground for new traders to get started. If you want to join my team, what is that? Hey, sorry guys, hold on. Oh man, guys, sorry guys. I was sitting there trying to figure out where that sound was coming from. Apparently I was like watching like a reaction video when I was trading on Friday, and so I heard the music come through. Luckily, I'll be alright, but sorry guys, I had to figure out where that was coming from and mute it for a second. Let me pull everything back up. But yeah, I was trying to figure out where that was coming from. And so luckily it was just me kind of watching a reaction video. Hold on. Let me get that back. There it is. Alright, I'm back. Alright. Alright, everything good? Can y'all hear me? I just want to make sure you guys can hear me now. Let me get the music back up. There we go. There we go. Alright, sorry guys. I don't know what happened. Alright, so here's the move. I might add a little bit now and it pulls back here if it finds some support. Alright, so I added another 100 shares here. And we're going to look for... I'm going to just keep the risk at this 41 level. That's what I'm really trying to do. We'll see if it works out. You know, I like the move up, but it quickly did pull back here. Ideally, if we can hold support here and make it over this $0.50 would be great. But I don't like that quick rejection either. So I'll have to make up my mind and kind of manage it how I see fit here. So we'll see how it goes. I don't like the rejection there either. Quick rejection. VWAP's holding. When is BYND going to stop moving up? I don't know, man. That thing's pretty extended away from the VWAP too, honestly. SPY's moving up too, which ideally should help us. Roku had a nice little VWAP bounce there too. Alright, and the important level is that we get a break here. We don't want this level to continue to hold as resistance. Ideally, we would want to see a bounce back above this $0.50. Unfortunately, we got that big rejection there, but there's the move back up. A quick rejection here is going to look pretty rough for us. And so we want to see a break and then a hold as support here. If it keeps getting rejected, you can see these up wicks that show some selling pressure here and here. So if you, so basically it operates like a prop firm, sure way. What you would want to do is, there's a $700 max loss, and so once you go over $700 in losses, they close you down. So they're not going to allow you to take a $5,000 loss, because once you go over 700, they're going to automatically exit the position for you and close your account down. And so that's what you want to see. Is you know, they're going to close you down if you break that $700 max loss. So yeah, it really operates similar to a prop firm. And so basically, there's a $700 max loss. And there's no PDT rule, but there's a profit split. And say you make $1,000 in net profit, they're going to keep 30% of that. And so it operates like a prop firm, very similar to a prop firm at least. Yeah, I do see that quadruple top for sure. But yeah, I mean, it just goes back to how choppy the overall market has been lately. Like if we look at the overall market, sideways today, sideways Friday, sideways at the open on Thursday. It actually ran a little bit last Wednesday, but Tuesday's choppy market. Monday wasn't that bad. Alright, so I'm up a little bit now. If we pull back to 50, I might add a little bit more for that fake out bounce strategy. Now that we're back above the VWAP. So we'll wait and see if that happens here too. So I can't play. Not yet, Jonathan. Sorry, brother. The reason being is because I just got to be careful with the music, like copyright stuff. I'm happy that YouTube put out that new rule that you can use 5 seconds of anything as long as it's less than 5 seconds. They don't allow a copyright strike, which is great because if you accidentally play something, you can't get a copyright strike on it, which is great. But I still have to be careful. I've never gotten a strike or anything on my account because I'm super careful with it. And so I usually just stick to what I know is royalty-free music just to be safe, honestly. Yeah, sideways, man. And sideways are the hardest days and the worst days for me, really. It's just these sideways moving, boring days. Those are the days I find myself in trouble with trading. Like I said, we got to pull back to like 50, 51.50, 51.52. I might add a little bit more to this one. I'm also looking at CGC. It's kind of pulling back to the VWAP. That one might get interesting too. SPY's actually trying to break now, which should be great for my position here. Hopefully the SPY breaks and it squeezes everything up. So you could open up. So you can open up 2 intro accounts, but anything over that, they make you upgrade. So like if you lose 2 intro accounts, they make you move up to a student, which is like the $3,000 account. You might be able to get it on sale for like $2,500. But yeah, anything after this, if you lose 2 intros, you get 2 tries basically with an intro. If you lose 2, they make you move up to the student. And like I said, I'll post this link here. I think it's just a cheap way to get started. If you really think about it, right? Like it's $3.99 for that base package that gives you 14K and all that cool stuff, right? Comes with a course, a demo account, chat room access, the 14K funded account, day trading, no PDT rule, shorting ability, a lot of cool stuff, right? If you think about other platforms, like other no PDT platforms, a lot of them, just for the platform alone, you're going to be spending hundreds of dollars a month, right? So essentially in 3 months, you're going to pay the equivalent of an intro package for other platforms, just the platform alone, like just to use their platform. And so I think it's just a cheap way to get started, and it just makes a lot of sense from a risk reward perspective. Right, and to be fair, I think most traders are going to lose their intro packages too. I think most traders are just going to lose. It doesn't matter where they go. But it's a lot cheaper to lose an intro package than to deposit thousands into a conventional one. And I think that makes sense, you know. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sell half here. Get out of half the position. So yeah, this is that. If anybody caught the video I put out this weekend, this is what I call a VWAP fake out fade. Or this is what I call a VWAP fake out bounce. I actually put out a really good video on this exact pattern this weekend. And so I'll post it because it actually works, and it's a pattern that I've been researching a little bit more. And it works a ton. You know, again, if you watch the video I put out this weekend, I know a few people here probably did. This was that pattern. Look at the video I put out this weekend and then look at this pattern. And this pattern is a little bit different than all the other patterns I traded today. And so I think this is kind of confirming I should focus on this pattern a little bit more for a VWAP bounce specifically. And I think it's been working really well using this pattern. And so I'll post this video. You guys can check it out if you want. But yeah, it's just been working really, really well. There's the link to the video I uploaded this weekend about it. And we're going to let the last little bit work. And I really don't mind adding some more back here at like 51.50 if it does pull back. And so we'll try to give it that chance too. I'm holding 150 shares now. Mitch is at work, Sid. He'll be back tomorrow. Same pattern on SPCE. Maybe I'll try SPCE if it's there. Yeah, so for SPCE, it's got to break over that 64 level, really, and hold that support at the VWAP. That's what we got to essentially look for, right? Because it broke down. Once it squeezes back up above this big level and above the VWAP, that's where I added to this one. It's the same type of thing. So I don't hate it as long as we get that squeeze back above the VWAP and it holds support there, because that's essentially what I'm looking for. But yeah, I appreciate that call out. I'll take a look at it, Gobi. We'll wait for it and see if we can get a good little move there. Because, like, yeah, that's the big thing, is that it actually holds support once it breaks back above it and it doesn't just get rejected there. Tesla. Tesla is just in an upward trend right now. Until it pulls back a little bit, I don't like it, and I think it's already bounced so much today that for me, it's just, I'm not going to trade it just because it's in the middle of the range right now. See you, Sid. Later, brother. But it doesn't look bad. I mean, it's in an upward nice trend. Doesn't look bad. Looks strong for the most part. Confirming the VWAP a lot of the times, holding above it, you know, methodically moving up, and I think that looks good. Oh man, my headphones are dying. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my headphones are dying. I'm gonna turn them off and just play it on my speaker. Though, and a big float, and so for me it's not really my style of trade, but it doesn't look terrible either. I mean, it's too close to the highs right now. It needs to pull back if I was trying to trade it, but too cheap, too small of range, too large of float for me. But I don't hate it with all that said. Is the music louder now? I had to take my headphones off because my headphones were dying. Yeah, I can use music if I need to, so, you know. just muted it. My bad, guys. Yeah, my headphones died, and so sorry. I had to mute the music. We're just gonna talk about the music for maybe this will be my adding level. I'll add a little bit to it. There is no music now. Alright, I turned it off. Hopefully that's better. Sorry, guys. My bad. I don't know what's wrong with the music, man. Like I said, my headphones died. And so I tried to turn my speaker volume up, but apparently that was too loud. So that should be good. Sorry, guys. Sorry, that should be good. I just turned the music off. We're going to have to turn it off for the rest of the stream, so... Let me know if that's better. All right, I added a little bit more to my AMD trade. I added another 100 shares back. We're going to see if we get a nice little breakout back up to 66, where I'll take some more off, maybe 68 if we can. Yeah, sorry. I don't know what was wrong with it, man. Sorry, guys. I don't know why it was like that. Like, I had the volume okay. It should have been alright, but man. Yeah, I fixed it. My bad, guys. I don't know what was wrong with it. My headphones died, and so apparently it just played the music way too loud after that. Yeah, y'all will be alright. Y'all will be alright. Alright, so here's 55s. I could maybe add back to it here. Add another 100 shares if it gets down low enough. Never got it. I was looking to maybe add a little bit more there. I'm also looking at space now for the same style of pattern. Yeah, nah, he's good, man. No stress. He's just messing with me. It's fun. But yeah, I don't know what was wrong. My headphones died. It'll be known as the legend of the phantom music, you know, all across the trading world. But yeah, I'd had to just turn it off. Yeah, it should be better now, right? Yeah, sorry, team. Yeah, y'all will be alright. Remember, guys, to hit that subscribe button. Also, guys, hit the like button. Let's try to get over 100 likes today. We're at 66 likes. Let's get over 100 today. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We do this live for free right here on YouTube. We are not experts or gurus. We just give you a place to watch us trade live. And, you know, you can see what we're doing, see how we trade. And so we hope you'll hit that like button and subscribe button. You know, we're almost to 1,700 likes. Or no, we're almost to 1,800 or 16,800 subs. So let's keep growing. I'd really love to break 17K subs this month, and I think we probably will. But help me do that. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Yeah, technical issues, guys. Technical issues. They happen, you know. We're not perfect over here. They're going to happen. All right, we're going to wait. I mean, that's all I can really do with this one. I don't hate it. We're going to wait, see if we get a nice little move up. And like I said, I don't mind adding to it at like 53, 52. See if we get a breakout back up there, anticipating it holds this level down here. Keep it pretty break even overall, if we can. What's my average here? My average must be right at 56. I'm going to add a little bit more there. And with 350, again, I'm going to anticipating this holds. Any move back here, I'm going to maintain this 40 risk. And so I don't mind adding to it, anticipating a bounce back up here. But we'll see what happens. Two weeks to wait for your earnings to hit your account to use? No, so I mean your account's going to be credited with your wins immediately, but if you want to like take profits and like take money out of your account to like get put in your bank account, that takes, like I said, around 10 days, I would say, and you can do it once per month. But after each win, your funds are immediately credited to your account. At least not after each win, but after every day. The funds are put back into your account every day. But as you can see, I mean, I've traded with probably a solid amount of buying power today. Traded a lot. And, you know, so, I mean, it's instant settlement, right? So after each trade, the funds for that trade are put right back into my account, basically. All right, there's 61s. A little bit more. I'll take some more off here. Hopefully we can get over that. Oof, man. Yeah, GNPX did fall pretty hard there. Oof, that was tough. Yeah, GNPX, I don't think it's halted. There's the resume. It's at 130 now. So I don't know if that's halted or not. I don't think it is. I think it just got pushed down quickly. But I don't think it was halted. A halt's when they freeze it for 5 minutes. I don't think... Oh, maybe this was frozen. Let me see. Yeah, it was. Okay, so they did halt it. My bad. Man, there's the resumption. My bad. I was wrong. That was a halt. Interesting here. We'll see what happens, but... G and PX is a little bit too crazy for me right now, I think. Looking for a breakout like up to here maybe, or ideally up to like these resistance levels here at 75. That $quarter level looks good. And so yeah, if anybody wants to check it out, like there's a lot of benefits. Again though, I think it's just a cheap way for new traders to get involved with the market. Comes with, of course, demo account, chat room access, allows you to day trade short stocks, and comes with, of course, demo account. I think it just makes sense for new traders. I think it's just a cheap way to get started. You're not going to be risking depositing thousands into a conventional platform, and so essentially risking thousands like most new traders have to do. And I think it just makes sense. All right, we got those likes up to 73. Let's try to bring it up to 100 today, team. Let's do it. We're at 73 likes. We need 27 more likes. Help us hit that 100 like goal. Hit the subscribe button if you have not already. We do this live for free. Last time we missed a day was over a year ago. You know, we just try to give traders a cheap option to see what it's actually like day trading the market on an everyday basis so they can understand the real swings that trading entails, not get caught up in what the gurus act like you can do. And, you know, just see a realistic way and a realistic method of trading. And that's what we do here. Just try to teach people what works for us and what doesn't work for us, obviously. Be your guinea pigs, so to speak, in the market. And so hit that subscribe button, guys. If you haven't, click the like button. Let's bring that let's bring that like total up to over 100. Again, we need 27 more. Which videos? Sure way. All right, so we did get that move in SPCE. Man, if we find a pullback in SPC, I'll try to go for that one as well here. All right, guys. Yeah, we're gonna wait for a pullback in SPCE here. Hopefully, still gonna look to take profits at like 62, 63 for AMD here. And waiting for SPCE to possibly give us a pullback down to like 73. I like that level of like 73, 1673 for SPCE. We'll wait for it though. I think for everybody it's a little bit different, sure way. I think that for some people they make them trade the demo account to get used to the platform. It's for their own good though. But I know for me specifically, I was just kind of like, hey, can you send me the funded account login? I already know how to trade. And they were like, yeah, sure. And they sent it to me within like 2 or 3 days is what happened with me. But I think everybody's a little bit different. Hey, yeah, hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Help support what we do here. You want the link for the World Series of Day Trading? I got you. Hold on. I got you. Yeah, the World Series of Day Trading, guys, actually starts next month. It's completely free. I'll post this link. You can join my team. Here you go, Muhammad. I got you, brother. Here you go. Yeah, the World Series of Day Trading starts next month. You're going to get 6 trading days. They're going to give you a demo account to trade with. It's completely free to apply to and enter. At the very least, you're going to have a demo account to trade with for a week. And at the very best, you win free packages. The top 3 people in my team alone win free trading packages. The top 20 in my team win free trading packages. And you can check out the link right there in the description for the World Series of Day Trading. Again, last time our team came in second. I was super pumped about it. We're just a free resource and community. We are not experts. And so for our team to come in second out of everybody else, is a really cool thing. And I was definitely proud of our team and excited for what our team did. We're going to try to win this time. So join the World Series of Day Trading. Yeah, we heard you say ONCY, DH. There's no need to keep saying it, brother. It looks all right, but very low range, very small range. Not that much volume, really. Not really my style, bro. But yeah, no need to say it over and over again. We heard you. Nice, Jonathan. Hey, welcome, bro. Welcome. All right. So yeah, we're waiting for a pullback in SPCE. We're waiting for this AMD trade to do something. And hopefully we get a move up to like 67 would be ideal here, but we're going to give it some time. We need 10 more subscribes, guys, to break 16,800. So let's break that level. Let's break 16.8 thousand. Let's do it. We need 10 more subscribes. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Click the bell. Show your support for what we do here. We do this every weekday morning for free. There we go. There's the breakout I wanted. Such a quick pullback. I wasn't able to take profits there. That's the breakout I wanted. It happened so quick. So quick. I'm still going to let it work, though. It's still in this range. But yeah, hit the like button, team. We need 24 more likes. Hit the like button. See the range in SPCE. SPY ripping up. I think that's what caused this initial little pump in this stock as well, was just the SPY breaking out. NIO? I'll take a look. Yeah, NIO is ripping up. It's kind of like the Chinese Tesla. I really like the triangle breakout play in NIO. Look at this breakout here. So look at the little triangle. Kind of really it's more of a wedge flag pattern. But look at that. Beautiful picture perfect flag breakout there. Really solid. Look at that for NIO. I don't trade NIO that much, but it doesn't look that bad. Hey, nice, Mohammed. Hey, thanks for joining, brother. Yeah, man, it should be fun. Like I said, we're not experts or gurus here, so we might be a little bit different than the other teams, but we're just a free resource and community, and I'll be streaming it all live. So we'll be streaming it live. I'm actually going to be competing in it myself because, again, I don't have any pressure. And so, you know, I'm going to be competing in it myself starting in February, so it should be fun, man. I'm going to add another 500. Man, I didn't quite get my entry. I added another 100 shares at the bottom of this range here with AMD. So I'm in with 450 shares now. Tried to get it at 55, but I got 56 instead. I guess that's okay. We'll see how it goes. But we're at the bottom of the range, so I don't mind adding some more. I'm also going to look for SPCE to pull back a little bit. SPCE. Yeah, this was really the level where I wanted to add to it. And so I might add one more 100 share position to this and then let it go to 48 as my risk. All right, I'm in with 550. At this point, if it moves back up to that 61 level, I can take profits pretty quickly there. And I think I'm going to give it, like I said, like 48 as my risk maybe down there. Here goes SPCE as well. All right, I just jumped in SPCE as well. We'll see if this works out too. We'll give it some time. I don't mind SPCE. Smaller range trade though. Let me pull the chart up. There we go. All right, so this is close to my risk for the AMD. I'd love to see a bounce back above this $0.50 level. But we'll see. It's getting pretty close. SPCE ripped up, which is great. Let's see what I'm at. Right about break even, maybe down a little bit with this trade. But I gave it my chance. I took my swing. And hopefully we can get a bounce back up to the top of that range like I was shooting for. SPCE looks good. Maybe I should have taken a little bit more shares in that one. It's not terrible, but maybe I should have taken a little bit more. I like this down wick, which shows some pressure here, so hopefully that pressure can hold. I kept this trade break even, luckily, but I'm pretty close to my risk here. Hands over the cover button. This is really where I got to get out if it breaks. A lot of sellers jumping in here too, but hands over the cover button. Got to jump out if it breaks. Alright, I got out, squeezed out. Maybe I could have held it down to this 40 risk, but I took my swing in it, and that's okay. Maybe I could have also taken some profits up here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade off stream for a little while, try to rebound a little bit, hopefully on the day, try to find myself in the zone a little bit, and we'll see how that goes. I'll post the results to Discord, and so if you want to see how that goes, let me post the results here, or let me post my Discord. And yeah, I'll also, if I do get into another trade and it's a winning trade, I'll post my results. I'll post the video on Instagram, and so I'll get my Instagram up here, and you can follow me on Instagram if you want to see how that goes. Yes, Mohammed, it is. And so there's the link if you want to join my World Series of Day Trading team. Oh, also our Discord. Let me copy that. I don't know why I didn't copy. But yeah, here's our Discord link if you want to join our Discord and see how it goes. And if you want to join my Instagram to watch the video, if I do trade today, that is. I might not trade anymore, but I might. And so if I do trade today, I'll post the video to Instagram just to try to build my Instagram up a little bit. There's that link as well. So yeah, 150, 160 buck loss. Small potatoes. Not really something to be necessarily upset with. We'll see if I can rebound on the day though. Tough day though, very tough day for my trading overall. And I think part of it, guys, and this is a really good lesson, is that the SPY's just been super choppy for that first hour of the day. And when I did take my swing after that, it just didn't work out. So it's all right. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how this SPCE trade goes as well. Like I said, guys, if you want to use the same platform as me, I'll post this link. Great way to help support us. Super cheap, customizable. You get to day trade short stocks with no PDT rule, essentially for $3.99. You get a course, demo account, chat room access. You get to contract with them, become a contractor for them, and day trade their accounts. And I think that makes a lot of sense, guys. And so there's the link if you want to check it out. Later, JB. Good luck in the markets, guys. I wish you all the best. We'll be back tomorrow morning. And again, if I do decide to get anything, follow me on Instagram. I'll post that video, and check out our Discord. I'll post the video there as well if you want to see how I do. But yeah, guys, good luck. Have a good day. See you all tomorrow. And yeah, guys, have a good day, team. We'll see you all tomorrow.